Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake, helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a live stream workshop where we're going to be using ChatGPT in order to make better titles in YouTube. So this is going to be something that I know a lot of you have really had some questions about, because AI, as you know, is taking over. I actually recently did a post where a lot of you have questions specifically about how you can start taking advantage of AI, but you also have concerns about what it's going to do and whether it's going to replace content creators. I actually have a commentary video I'm working on about whether AI is going to replace content creators. Spoiler alert, I don't think it is. I think it's actually going to help the majority of us when it comes to ultimately being a co-pilot content. And I think it's actually going to help us with refining our content, understanding our audience a lot better. And so I just think that this is going to mostly be a net positive. I do see situations that could turn into, for lack of a better word, collateral damage. So that is something that I really do understand a lot of people having concerns about. So I do want to just acknowledge and kind of address that going forward. I'm going to be using what is it? Version 4 of ChatGPT for this. I'm about to set it up to be my screen share for you. And I'm going to be using plugins for this. The plugins I'm going to be using are going to be Link Reader, Wolfram, and I think I'm also going to use Scholar AI as the third plugin that I choose. This is going to be me using ChatGPT Plus, which is a paid version of ChatGPT. So there is that. We're also going to be answering questions. If a Wookiee falls in the forest, does it make a sound? The answer is it depends on whether or not the Empire cares. So anyway, we're going to be answering your questions. We're going to be answering super chats. And let's see. We've temporarily stabilized the browse with Bing feature. Okay, that's fine. So I just want to make sure that ChatGPT is properly set up for what we're doing here. So I'm going to be sharing that on my screen. And I'm actually going to be using a custom engineered prompt that I developed that basically allows ChatGPT to act as a creative director. And what I did was I use a very sophisticated version of prompt engineering for everything that I personally do. I have simpler prompts than this, and some of you, this will be a little bit complex. I also do have something that I'll drop a link for this in the chat. Over at Awesome Creator Academy, we did make something that helps you. We have 200 ChatGPT prompts, and we also have about 30 or 40 Mid-Journey prompts. We're going to get that up to 100 Mid-Journey prompts for you. We have a $9.99 product called Creator Prompts, and so you can get that at awesomecreatoracademy.com/creator prompts. I'm dropping the link in the chat. I will add it to the description of the YouTube video, but I wanted you to know about that because I also am adding some of my more advanced prompts to this. But what I have is something very sophisticated. I'm going to read to you how convoluted my actual prompt is. And yeah, we could use, we can clean this up a little bit with some better punctuation and grammar for sure. But that's what God invented Grammarly for, right? But I'm telling ChatGPT essentially that I need it to act as my creative corrector and producer. And I told it what its role is and that it has a lot of experience and that it also has a background in online content creation. I gave it a very specific task. I told it it's going to help me craft topics and ideas for long form content and generate these concepts and ideas. I'm going to add another caveat to it. I'm going to tell it that I also want it to help me craft excellent titles. But what it's doing here is it's going to ask me, based on everything I gave it, for some very specific information. And this is stuff you should be already thinking of as a content creator. What's the niche that I'm in, and what is the category that my content falls into? What's the format and style of my content? Who is my audience avatar? What is my subject matter? And what type of emotional response am I trying to get from the audience? When you guys are doing idea generation, and when you hear big YouTubers talk about spending more time on their ideas, and this is why this is a workshop, this is to actually teach you something actionable. So like, in terms of actionable YouTube content, this is the place to be, because you will walk away with something that you can use right away. Even if you never use ChatGPT, you need to be asking yourself these 5 questions when it comes to thinking about what content you're going to make. What is the category or niche that my content is in? Okay. Technology, lifestyle, education, entertainment, something else. What is the broader overall category that people can identify my content by so that they understand what I am talking about, what it is? Okay. What's the format and style? Am I doing short form? Am I doing long form? Am I doing documentary style? Am I doing narrative storytelling? Am I doing content? Am I doing an interview? Am I doing a lecture? What am I doing? What is the style and format of my content? That actually matters in terms of your packaging and your positioning. That matters for picking your topic, your title, your thumbnail, the timing of the video. All of that matters with format and style. Format and style will play a role in dictating that. Who is my audience avatar? This is where most of you screw up. Most of you do not understand building an audience avatar. When you think about your niche, you're only thinking about your topic category, and you're not considering, I'm niching down to an audience. I'm speaking to a specific group of people with specific issues, specific concerns. Who is my audience avatar? I know that my audience avatar, aka the majority of you watching, I know that the majority of you watching as my audience avatar fall into one of 3 categories. Working class content creator with a full-time job who's also trying to make content creation happen. That's like the first level that most of you are probably at. And I would say 60% of my audience, if not 60% of the people watching, are a working class content creator with a 40-hour week full-time job. If you are, let me know in the comment section, or let me know in the live chat. Comments if you're on the replay, live chat if you're live. Let me know. Are you a working class content creator, or are you this other thing? Are you a career-driven content creator, someone who is either already making full-time income from their content creation, or they've started or are about to make enough money to make the switch to being full-time? So like, if you either are going to be very soon full-time, or you already are, you're a level 2, and that's my other part of my audience. And I would say that 30% of y'all, that's who you are. 60% of you are working class content creators. I think 30% of you are career-driven content creators that make up what is the creator middle class of YouTube. And then 10% of you will be established content creators, people who are absolutely already full-time and have been full-time for 6 months to a year or more, and you still have problems, you still have questions. I know that you have different problems and different questions based on which one of these you are. So I already know my audience avatar. A lot of you need to define that, and that's going to help you with your titles a lot more. So before we actually get into using this to generate titles, we're going to use this to help understand better how to cater to our audience on the topic, the title, the subject matter, so on and so forth. What I'm going to do here is also, we have to figure out what our subject matter is. So like, what's the overall theme of the content? And then finally, what emotional response do we want from the audience? I want my audience to feel educated, empowered, to take action, to feel motivated, and to feel a lot more secure and focused. Those are the kind of things I want you to feel. I want you to feel focused and driven on making your content. I want you to feel more optimistic. I want you to feel educated and empowered, that you can like really take action with the things that you're doing. If you're making other type of content, you might want people to feel entertained, lighthearted. You might want people to feel a sense of relief. You might want people to feel something else. Some people, the emotional response they want is they want people to take action. They want to be angry about something. It's whatever, right? So what is the emotional reaction and response that you want from your audience? What is your audience supposed to feel after they watch your content? So the thing is, I created this thing off of a framework I call role, task, and goal. And then it's my responsibility of context. So I told ChatGPT that's my responsibility to provide you with the following context. And I said, what's my niche? What's my format? My audience avatar, subject matter, and emotional response, so that it can help me generate multiple ideas around this. And this is for idea generation, what we usually call topic. Out of topic, title, thumbnail, and timing, the 4 ways that we demonstrate value for a viewer before they click on our video, before they click on their video. This is about making high value content based on what a viewer values, value for the viewer, before we ever move into quality. That's the experience the viewer has. And then quantity is our consistency and frequency. Okay. So it's value, quality, and quantity. Too many of you are quality over quantity. No, both of those are disqualified. First of all, you need quality and quantity, and you need quantity of quality. You need quantity of quality, but you can only get quality after doing quantity first, usually, unless you're just talented. That's usually what it takes. Make 100 crappy videos so that you know how to make one video properly, okay? By improving 1% every day. We call it Kaizen. Japanese philosophy, Kaizen. Getting better at something every single day, devoting yourself to the singular task of self-improvement, Kaizen. All right. So get a little philosophy lesson here on top of the workshop. Now, the other thing you have to do with that is you have to, of course, create quality. It's a quality experience. That starts with the hook, starts with the autoplay, starts with the first 8 seconds of the video, getting into it, getting to the point, snappy editing, style, structure, storytelling, personality, performance, production, quality, all those things matter. You never get to quality experiences for viewers if you don't understand what they value and you don't lead with value for the viewer first. And value is topic. Do I care about this thing or not? Title. Can you make me excited and get me invested in this thing? Can you qualify me as a viewer? Thumbnail. Can you get me to stop scrolling in my phone? Timing. Is this relevant to me when I see your title and your thumbnail? Is it relevant to me based on timing right now? So those are topic, title, thumbnail, timing. That qualifies or disqualifies a viewer based on what a viewer values and what's meaningful to them. Do you got it? Can I get an amen? So that's why we need this thing to help us in our topic generation. I'm going to add a caveat to this. Additionally, I need your help and expertise, not only on the topic idea generation, but I need help with titles as well. And specifically, we will need to make sure these titles are able to be understood at a 3rd to 5th grade reading level and are less than 60 to 70 characters with an absolute limit of 90 characters. We are making these videos for YouTube, and we don't want the titles to be truncated or too complex for the average viewer. Do you understand? And can you help with this? So again, I'm giving it another caveat. I'm giving it another piece of this because the way that I use AI tools is not the way other people use AI tools. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to sound like a Twitter thread boy. I'm going to tell you that 90% of you are using AI tools wrong. And here's why. I use AI tools in the way that I would communicate with an employee over email or a freelancer over email, because the prompts that I engineer might as well be a creative brief on top of a job description. So with the framework I use, role, task, and goal, and this is something I teach in Awesome Creator Academy. If you're in the pro group, you're already familiar with this, but role, task, and goal. What is the role that someone plays? Basically, that's their job description. That's their qualifiers. That's what they are and what their abilities are. Okay. And then their task is their responsibilities and what I want them to execute on. And then there's a goal that we're trying to achieve for the business. It's the reason that you're here and that I'm assigning you work and a task. Okay. So this is part of the scope of work portion. Like the task is the scope of work. The goal is how I'm going to measure success, what we call KPI, key performance indicators. So like, again, or it might be our mission statement. So you need a goal, a mission, a vision, a direction people are going in, something that they need to achieve, something that you're looking for to get out of them. Okay. The reason that they're here is to achieve the goal. It's the mission. The task is how they're going to achieve that mission, and their role and responsibility is what qualifies them to be of help and to be of service to you. And then what you'll need is to add context, and that context is when you're assigning them the creative brief. So think about it from the standpoint of, here's the job description, here's the mission statement for the organization, here are the tasks and responsibilities that someone has. Okay, so that adds to the job description here. But then the context is about my expectations, my standards, and my requirements. So that's the context. So we do role, task, goal, and then we provide context. And in general, that's also how you should approach working with your freelancers and your independent contractors and your staff and your team as you build it. So when you use AI tools, if you're not using your AI tools and doing basically a creative brief and a job description to the extent that you might do with an employee, you might be using those things wrong. The same thing with art direction. If you're using something like Midjourney, you're not using Midjourney, you shouldn't be using it in a way that's kind of like very basic or sketchy or anything like that. You should kind of be giving art direction and a creative brief in the way that you might describe it to a freelance illustrator or graphic designer. So are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? And are we impressed with the capabilities of these tools? So again, it now understands what I need from it. I understand your requirements, and I'm more than capable of assisting with this task. Crafting engaging and accessible titles is crucial to our content creation to ensure that the titles are understood for a 3rd and 5th grade reading level. Very important. 60 to 70 character range to prevent them from being truncated in YouTube's interface, and ensuring that they still actually represent the content of the video. Once we've established the content topics and ideas, I'll be able to provide you with a list of potential titles for each video. We can then workshop these titles together and ensure that they meet all your requirements and effectively engage with your target audience. Please provide the additional information requested in my previous message so we can start generating content ideas and corresponding titles. You see how it responds to me? It responds to me like a good employee too. It responds to me like a good employee too. So I hope that this is an excellent start. I'm going to read some super chats and then we'll get back into it. So It's Just Joe says, this is the best video I've watched this week. Thank you for sharing your knowledge to help. And let me just go to super chats real quick. We're going to jump back into ChatGPT, but I want to read your super chats real quick and answer a couple of questions. So yeah, best video I've watched this week. Thank you for sharing your knowledge to help others grow as creators. You're an absolute legend. Appreciate you. Question, is your book available on Audible yet? It is not available on Audible yet. I'm still reading it out loud for Audible, but you can buy it in Amazon. So please do support. No, Thomas, we can't make it 5 T's just for you. Let's see. Trying to transition to full-time YouTube with your help. Tagged you on Threads. Just started reading the book, Create Something Awesome. Finally, thank you. Everybody grab the book on Amazon. It's Create Something Awesome by your boy here. Help you become a full-time content creator. Let's see. Yep. A lot of working class creators here working full-time. Excellent. Let's see. Question. Would love your help. I'm working on rebranding my channel from Marvel Gaming channel to a Marvel DC lore channel. It's been a struggle. Any advice to overcome this? Since you built a Marvel audience, go 80% Marvel, 20% DC, add that in supplementary, but don't take away from your Marvel audience. And you might have to work a little bit harder because you cultivated and you conditioned a Marvel audience. So it's going to be harder for the DC side. So 80-20 it. If you make 5 videos a week, 4 of them have to be Marvel. 1 of them is DC. Great question. Is that free or paid ChatGPT? I'm using the paid version. I highly recommend that. But a lot of this will work with the free version. But to get the best results, I recommend the paid version of ChatGPT. Love ChatGPT for titles. That's all I use it for. Great. So like, again, I think we can use this to really help us with, our topics and our titles. If we have some time, I might show you some ways to use Midjourney as well, but I think we might do a dedicated thing where I show you thumbnail design, but I'll only supplementally use Midjourney for that because I will mostly rely on Photoshop. So a program that can keep track of every time you change the video's thumbnail so that you can gauge the effectiveness of the change. For now, until YouTube rolls out its native A/B testing next year, you'll want to use TubeBuddy, the paid version of TubeBuddy, to do A/B testing and track A/B testing changes. Outside of yourself, of course, who's your favorite Sith Lord? Probably Tulak Horde. Maybe Tulak Horde or Lord Aloysius Calig. You have to play the Old Republic game to know who those are. What are the limits of a niche? We'll talk about that. Like big channels, they talk about a lot of issues under the broad combined niche of current events, culture, science. Actually, they don't. This is a misnomer. This is a big misnomer. Actually, the big channels don't do what you're thinking. What a lot of them do is they started actually very narrow, market capped, built potential, then spread out a little bit broader, but then did that in such a unique way to where they got to consolidate around themselves and then make themselves a destination channel. And as a destination channel, people will care about them specifically and whatever it is they're doing as a destination channel. I will talk about that and that thesis at another time. So, that's something I will definitely talk about. I have a 2-year-old video. My second channel has reached 11K views within a month of uploading. I haven't touched it since. Should I return to that channel and start fresh in 2023? Without more context, I can't know that actually. Thanks for all you do, Roberto. Okay, let's jump back into ChatGPT and let's bring that back up on screen. And let's make that bigger. And can I make that any bigger than that? Actually, this is probably optimal right here. Okay, so it needs me to answer these questions. What is the niche or category that my content falls into? What I'm going to do for this is because a lot of you are not making education content. Actually, I need to do something in the chat. In the chat, can you tell me if you make education content or do you make entertainment content? So I need you to type in education or entertainment so I know what type of content more of you are making. We will do both in ChatGPT, but I want to know which one to start with. I will not make it on like my niche or my type of content. I'll just pick something out of the education or the entertainment bucket. So just let me know. Okay, I'm seeing a mix of both. I'm seeing a lot of education channels. I'm not surprised. Chevy Dude, how's it going and everything? Chevy Dude is somebody that I've actually, done a call with before. Hung out with Chevy Dude at Vid Summit. It's got a great YouTube channel in the auto space. So shout out Chevy Dude. Education with a bit of entertainment. Education, mindset. So education, entertainment, both. Wow. It seems like we have a lot of education channels. Interesting. For fun, because I know that education is an easy hack for me because I've already succeeded in that vertical. Because I've already succeeded in the education vertical, we'll start with an example that works in entertainment specifically. Okay. So we'll go the entertainment route specifically, and then we'll go education, and then we'll do another example of entertainment, and then we'll go to another example of education. So we'll do 2 of each. We'll alternate. I think that sounds good for everybody. I think that's a good exercise for this workshop. So let's go ahead and do it. So the niche that I'm going to go with is, my niche is going to be entertainment content around the Star Wars franchise. Okay. My format and style is that I'm going to produce a faceless Star Wars channel. And so this is also going to be great for you guys because it's going to show that I understand how to approach a lot of this with the idea that there will be a rise in faceless channels. Actually, I have some videos that I've planned around strategies for faceless channels. Probably going to be sponsored by NVIDIA in those. It's a really good tool for that. And yeah, so faceless channels going to be all the rage soon for a lot of different reasons. The overall style will largely use stills and also some footage that will be edited for fair use from the various Star Wars properties. I'll largely be relying on video editing stylistically. In terms of, so that's the format, audience avatar. My overall audience avatar is going to be viewers in their 20s to 40s who love more of the Lucas era Star Wars, as well as the stories in the video games and expanded universe, now called Legends, but are dissatisfied with Disney era Star Wars. I'll just correct the spelling after the fact. Star Wars, and don't love the sequel trilogy, but don't necessarily hate it and just are disappointed with the handling of legacy characters, but love Rebels, Clone Wars, Ahsoka, and Bad Batch, as well as the Mandalorian. Yep. So, I mean, and that accurately describes, I would argue, most of the fan base at this point. So again, I know my subject matter. I know my audience avatar. I am my audience avatar. These fans still also enjoy John Boyega and Daisy Ridley for what they did with the characters themselves. So that's describing my audience avatar and what they care about. The overall subject matter for my videos will focus on character lore, potential what if scenarios, a retelling or rewriting of the sequel trilogy, and also a lot of focus on Legends content as well as dark side characters and organizations. See, again, everyone's using ChatGPT wrong in the sense that they are not being as overly granular or specific as me, because again, this is a creative brief. This is like working with a employee. I am using the AI here as if it was a person I was co-working with remotely. And that's the goal here. You should act as if this is a freelancer, a contractor, or an employee that you're co-working with remotely, that you've never met in person, that you're trying to, help this succeed as much as possible. The emotional response I want from my audience is for them to fall back in love with Star Wars. Remember what made them a fan. I want to invoke feelings of nostalgia, and I also want them to think more critically about the motivations of certain characters and see things from a different point of view. I also want them to watch my videos for a sense of relaxation around their favorite franchise and characters and feel heard since some characters they love are overlooked in the community. There. Like, I have a very specific value proposition that I want to offer my audience. I have a very specific thing I want them to feel, and I've been thoughtful about it. And this is where a lot of content creators go wrong. They do not understand their audience. They don't have a goal in mind for their audience. They're not this granular, detailed, and thoughtful about what do I want my viewer to feel? Okay, so what is my viewer value? What can I offer? What can I do that might be unique? How do I serve a group of people who feel overlooked? Blue ocean strategy. Where's my underserved market, underserved audience? Underserved audience in the Star Wars fandom might really be people who were fans of Rebels, for example. Might be people who, yes, they may have grown up loving Luke Skywalker, but maybe they actually really like the old Republic a lot more, and the characters in that because they were very complex. Maybe they feel like, hey, I see all this stuff about the Jedi this, the Jedi that, but what about the Sith? Maybe I want more dark side lore. So again, unique value proposition. So as a Star Wars fan, it's easy for me to craft an avatar that's very similar to myself. It's very easy for me to understand the subject matter because I have a background in it. And then I can put in this information. So let's see what ChatGPT came up with. What did it come up with? Thank you for providing such a detailed description of your project. It sounds like a fantastic endeavor, and I'm excited to help you generate content ideas. See, this sounds like a really good employee. This is a very good employee, ChatGPT. It's like, round of applause for you. You're like employee of the month. Given your niche, format, and object, audience, subject matter, and desired emotional response, here are some content ideas for potential titles. Let's go. Let's go. So, a deep dive into the lore of a lesser-known character from the expanded universe. Oh, unmasking character name, The Untold Star Wars Story. This is not only a good title, y'all. This is a good title formula for a series we could do around characters. Okay. Like unmasking Plo Koon, the untold story of the untold Star Wars story, or the untold story of the Clone Wars greatest hero. Boom. Like unmasking Plo Koon, the untold story of the Clone Wars greatest hero. If you know anything about Star Wars and the Clone Wars, you know that that's a good title and that there are a lot of fans of Plo Koon, and it was because of his empathy for his clone soldiers and never leaving a man behind. So you know that, okay, unmasking Plo Koon, and he does wear a mask, so that also is interesting. So great. You know that we can do this, like unmasking Mace Windu, the tragic fall of the Jedi Master. Boom, that's a good title. It's like, so there is, unmasking Mother Townsend, the untold story of the Night Sisters cult. Boom. Like you have, oh, that's intriguing if you care about the Night Sisters and you care about that dark side organization. So okay, there we go. Like, I don't love this title. I love this scenario. The what if scenario exploring how the sequel trilogy would have unfolded if a key event happened. So, like, I like this idea of what if blank changed a new Star Wars reality. I don't like the new Star Wars reality. So it's like, I would probably just say what I'm doing, which means I'd probably say rewriting the Star Wars sequels, but I would start with this what if. So it's like, okay, what if Finn never met Rey, and I could rewriting like Star Wars, or like rewriting Star Wars The Force Awakens. Boom. I could go, it's like, what if Poe Dameron really did crash, like, boom. I could like, okay, so something like that. Interesting scenarios. I could play with that. I could workshop that more. Okay, watch this. This one came with a content idea, detailed analysis of a popular dark side organization, exploring its origins, key members, and the impact on the Star Wars universe. Like, oh, I like this to some degree. inside the dark side, the true power of, and then organization name. But I would change this. I would workshop this title. It's like, okay, that's a good title, but how could I improve upon it? So I would say it's like, I'd probably change it to, instead of inside the dark side, I would say unleashing the dark side, the true power of, and then like we need a dark side organization. So maybe it's the true power of the Night Sisters, or maybe it's the true power of the Knights of Ren, or maybe it's the true power of the Sith cult. So it could be any number of things, right? So this gives us content ideas and then titles, but we don't have to sit there. We're not going to copy and paste it from ChatGPT. We're not going to do that. We're going to workshop these things, and we're going to say, hey, I like this, but let's go in another direction. Let's workshop that. Here's a content idea: exploring the motivations and the kind of character development from a character from Rebels, Clone Wars, Ahsoka, Bad Batch. So here's the thing: character name, a journey through Star Wars finest. I don't love this one in terms of the second part of the title. So it's like, I would probably say that we use a character name, and then it's like we could probably say, and everything like that, we probably say, probably give them an avatar, a title, and everything like that. So we'd say, you know, maybe something like the real Ahsoka Tano, the Jedi's greatest failure, so that we can make it more controversial. So I'm going to ask it, I'm going to say, I really like the content idea for number 5 with using a character and exploring them in depth, but I want to suggest that we also play into a controversial statement about that character, For an example of the direction I'm going in, Ahsoka Tano, the Jedi's greatest failure. Because ultimately they wasted her potential and betrayed her. Give me examples of titles like this for Rex from Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker, Plo Koon, and also Ventress, as well as Yoda. Thanks. Hope this helps with the direction and that we can work on these titles together. So again, communicating with it like an employee. We'll see what it does with this. While I'm waiting on those results, I'm going to go to your questions. Oh, there we go. Switching cameras there. So yeah, add your own spin and details. Absolutely. Nicole Michelle saying, Roberto, love you. You're the GOAT. I really appreciate that. People saying, yes, I need to add more details to my prompts. Yep, 100%. Yeah, does the free version work this well? Can we type this much info? Yes, generally speaking, you can. But generally speaking, you can. But again, I think there's got to be better results from the paid version. But you can try it with the free version. Would this work the same way, the free version? More or less. I just think that because with the paid version, I can use plugins, I think I'm going to get better responses. But you can get serviceable responses with the free version. I thought AI might get confused if we type that much info. Not with me. Roberto, great to see you streaming today. When you have a moment, can you offer any update to your next book? I read the first book twice, working on action items now. The next book is probably going to come out fall of next year. And the third book in the trilogy that I'm writing will come out in 2025 with an updated second edition of the first book. This year, before the end of the year, probably before Vid Summit, the audiobook should be ready of the first book. So that's kind of the release schedule. I'm more than halfway done with the second book, but I'm going to hire another editor and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot going on with the book. But thank you for asking. Didn't know you can get this specific. I know. Everyone has no clue that you can be this specific, this granular. This is why, again, this is one of the things that I teach people about in the Awesome Creator Academy pro group. And a lot of you, we do more detailed stuff. I am going to switch over something. I want to share something with you. So again, this is a plug for me, but a lot of you do not know about awesomecreatoracademy.com. If you go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, I actually have a pro membership group. It is a paid monthly membership group. We do 2 private office hours coaching sessions for our pro member group twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you literally get access to every digital product I've ever made and that I will make in the future as a member. Those things can be bought individually, but members who pay every month also get access to all of our digital products, the creator blueprints, YouTube starter kit, over 100 Photoshop templates, creator prompts, brand deal starter kit, creator starter pack. You get all of that as a member and more. Hundreds of hours of our archived material, hundreds of digital resources, and you do get the exclusive office hours. Twice a week, we go live with the pro group. You can also hire me for one-on-one coaching. You can do all those things, but you can check it all out at awesomecreatoracademy.com, and we help you. You also get my advanced AI creator prompts, where I've already written advanced prompts for you, and we have 200 ChatGPT prompts. So again, that's just something that we do offer, and consider signing up for the pro group. I think we have a link in the description below. But let's see what ChatGPT came up with in terms of giving us some controversial titles. So let's see. Rex from the Crows, Captain Rex, the Clone Wars unsung hero or unseen villain. I could just change this to Captain Rex, the Clone Wars greatest hero. So I would just go that way. Plo Koon, the Jedi Silent Garden or Forgotten Warrior. Okay, so this is interesting. I will tell it I like this direction, but I don't like the or conditional in the titles. I want something more direct, and I don't want to use passive voice. Taking a creative writing class and knowing about passive versus active voice is very powerful for something like this. And I want to use titles that are declarative statements, but also assertions about the characters, almost as if they are epitaphs. I think I spelled that right. Epitaphs. Yep. Can you, spelling correction for me. Yep, I had it right the first time. Damn. Can you help with this? Boom. So absolutely, I understand your preference for more direct and assertive titles. Here are the revised suggestions based on your feedback. Captain Rex, the unsung hero betrayed by the Clone Wars. That's good. If you're a Clone Wars fan, you know that's facts. You know that's facts. That is amazing. Captain Rex, the unsung hero betrayed by the Clone Wars. Oh, that's so good. So good. Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one, who became the Jedi's biggest mistake. Instead of the biggest mistake, I'm going to say their downfall. Who became the Jedi's downfall, or the chosen one who betrayed the Jedi Order, something to that. Plo Koon, the silent guardian overlooked by the Jedi. That's good. That's juicy, and that's legit. Ventress, the lost apprentice abandoned by the Sith. I like that. Oh, but it would be the Sith and the Jedi. Ventress, the lost apprentice abandoned by the Sith and the Jedi. That's gold. That's facts. Yoda, the master who's oversaw the Jedi Order's downfall. Wow, that's harsh, but it would actually be the Grand Master who oversaw the Jedi's Order's downfall. So that's facts. I like this. So again, we're not copying and pasting this. We're refining this. So what I'm going to do is, I loved what you did with these. I'm going to share my modifications with you so we can keep crafting better titles for other topics, and you can understand my style. One, Captain Rex, the hero betrayed by the Clone Wars. Number 2, Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one, and the Jedi's downfall. Master Plo Koon, the silent guardian overlooked by the Jedi. Ventress, the lost apprentice abandoned by the Sith and the Jedi. Yoda, the Grand Master who oversaw the fall of the Jedi Order. Do I want to say that for Yoda, or do I want it to be more aggressive than that? That's close enough. The fall of Jedi Order. Yeah, that's close enough for Yoda. I think these fit more with being sharp to the point and really impactful and easy to understand. What is your feedback based on all of our earlier requirements and discussion? Yeah, that's close enough. So again, co-working, collaboration. This is your co-pilot. You're not using ChatGPT as a replacement. It's not for copy and paste content. It's not for low-hanging fruit. If you use it properly, and again, you can do this with the free version. I just get better results with the paid version. And I don't have an affiliate link for this, so I'm just telling you, it's just the better. It's worth it. It's worth it. But try this with the free version as well. But I just like it better using the paid version. I might just do a tab and show you what we can do with the free version if you think it'll be like, but I think it'll be good either way. I think it'll be better results than going solo on your own. So like, this is its feedback on my titles. Captain Rex, the hero betrayed by Clone Wars. This title is strong, evokes curiosity, suggests the narrative that goes beyond the surface level understanding of Rex's character, which should draw in viewers. It's exactly what I want. Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One, and the Jedi's Downfall. This is intriguing because it connects two major elements of Anakin's story in a concise way. It's a bold statement that should attract viewers who are interested in a deeper analysis of Anakin's character. Master Plo Koon, the silent guardian overlooked by the Jedi. This title is effective because it suggests a story that hasn't been fully explored in mainstream Star Wars discussions. It should appeal to viewers who are interested in a lesser-known character and narratives. Ventress, the Lost Apprentice, abandoned by the Jedi and the Sith. The title is compelling because it suggests a tragic narrative and a critical analysis of both the Jedi and the Sith. Exactly what I'm going for. It should attract viewers who are interested in complex characters and moral gray areas. Exactly. So we're understanding our content better by doing this. Yoda, the Grand Master, oversaw the fall of the Jedi Order. This is provocative because it suggests a critique of a beloved character. It should draw in viewers who are interested in seeing familiar stories from a new perspective. Overall, these titles should perform well on YouTube. They're within the character limit, and they are easy to understand, and they make bold and engagement statements about the characters they feature. Great job. So I'm also getting my positive reinforcement and my kudos from ChatGPT. And so I know that this was a very roundabout and long-winded thing to do in the last 45 minutes that we've been working on this together. But why wouldn't we spend 45 minutes to workshop 5 titles that we could do if we were doing weekly content? This gives us a month of content in terms of the right topics around the right characters with the right titles with very strong punchlines leading in to get us to those clicks. Why wouldn't we spend an hour workshopping 5 videos if we could? Why wouldn't we spend that much energy on it? Why is writing a title an afterthought? And why wouldn't we sit there and workshop this 5 videos 1 hour after we get off of work? Why wouldn't we do that? This is where creators are struggling with their content and their titles. And I showed you how it can be done in the context of entertainment. We're going to do an education channel. It's not going to take us nearly as long because we engineered our prompt. We taught it our writing style. We just have to put in new parameters and everything like that. But I got us here. And that was on the Star Wars side of the house for an entertainment channel. We're going to pick an education-based topic. We're not going to pick something that is like default Roberto. We're going to pick something else. And then we'll do another like entertainment thing. For entertainment, we're probably going to go more on the gaming side for entertainment to make a point, because what are the most popular and easy to access entertainment channels in YouTube? It's doing TV shows and franchises, and it's doing gaming content. So we'll just cover them. I know that may not be everyone here, but it'll be the broad general thing, and it'll make the point clear. For education, we're going to pick 2 education niches that I'm not necessarily a master of. We'll pick 2 education niches that I'm not a master of, and we'll use this as a really good example. Maybe in the chat, more of you can tell me what type of content you're making, and I will use that as an example using my prompt here. And that will maybe help more of you in terms of just your mindset and approach if we use one of your channel's niches as an example. And then I will do my best to kind of figure out your style, your format, your audience avatar from my perspective, and we'll use it as a jump off point. So, but I'm telling you, and I've shown you, not just told you, that you're using ChatGPT wrong, number one. You're using AI tools wrong, and you're crafting titles wrong. You're not developing your audience avatar enough, which is something we teach and something I teach as a coach, okay, how to develop that audience avatar. If I work one-on-one with you, we can absolutely workshop that. You are not taking into account the style and format and subject matter of your videos on top of the niche, on top of the audience avatar, and you're not conditioning your titles and your video subject matter to elicit a very specific emotional response from your audience avatar. So this is a complex workshop. This is a deeper level YouTube than most of you are used to. And this would not work if I tried to teach you this in a regular edited YouTube video. This is why I have to teach it to you in a workshop. This is why I teach it in Awesome Creator Academy and office hours. This is why I teach this one-on-one with my coaching clients. Most of you didn't realize that this tool can be used this way. Most of you did not think this far in terms of 5 things you need to know deeply before you even think of crafting a title. Wouldn't have occurred to you. And that's because you don't have creator clarity as a foundation for your approach to topics, titles, thumbnail, and even the timing and evergreen nature or topical nature of the videos that you're making. And that's not a harsh criticism. That is just a, here's why you are struggling. Here's actionable advice for addressing it. Here are categories, categorically, how you have to address it. Here is a tool to address it. And here's me showing you how I would do it in real time and what kind of results that you can expect from it. And I think a lot of you are shocked by what's possible and that you might not have been able to get to these kind of titles on your own just doing it. So I'm going to do something very quickly here. I'm going to put my results back up on the screen so that you can see them while I get a refill on water real quick. And then we're going to go into super chats, and then we're going to move into the next prompt. So I'm going to do that. Let's see here. There's actually, I can do this. Okay, great. So I'm going to put these results of these titles, at least the majority of them, up on the screen so you can see them. I'll be getting some water real quick, and we'll jump right back in to super chats, and then we'll get to the next subject matter, which is going to be an education-based YouTube channel. In the meantime, in the chat, tell me what education content you're making so I can use it for the example. All right, I am back. Got a refill on my water here. And so I'm going to read your super chats here. We're going to do that real quick. Also, if you're watching live, it says that there's over 100 of you watching live. Thank you for that. Since there's so many of you watching live, there's no reason that this live stream should not have more likes than it does. So we need y'all to run up them numbers, like the stream, and then when this replay is out, because you will get the replays, make sure you're commenting. So let's see, we'll get to the super chats, starting with our good friend Clover Tactical YouTube channel. Play around with ChatGPT a lot. It's as if it really doesn't understand my niche, probably the nuance. It does help me workshop my own idea though. Clover, I would recommend using the strategy that I used at the beginning of the video to help it with understanding your niche, because then instead of just putting in very simple stuff, it will have very elaborate, detailed information. And so that will help you considerably. Let's see. Jacked and Stacked, can you do a self-improvement example? This is beautiful. Actually, self-improvement might be a very good way to go for our education example. So there's that. Question, does ChatGPT think that those were the droids they were looking for? It probably does, because it's probably got a droid bias. Because that would be its comrades. My channel is Spanish. Can I still use ChatGPT? See. Do self-improvement. Okay. A lot of people want me to do self-improvement. Do you have that in your prompts bundle, Roberto? I do have the advanced title prompt in the creator prompts bundle. If you go to awesomecreatoracademy.com/creator prompts, I'm going to drop it in the chat here. We're going to add this to the description of the video here. Just give me a bit to update the description of the video, and it will do that for you so that you have access to that. If you want to buy creator prompts, it is $9.99. which is really cheap, and you get over 200 prompts for ChatGPT, including my advanced title prompt. I also have an advanced topic generation prompt as well. I don't believe in using it to write your scripts outright. I do believe in using it to write your hooks, though. So we do have something that I'm going to share, not right this second, but on hooks. So at some point that'll be available to you. By the way, because our Academy All Access members get access to every single one of my digital products, there's something else you don't know is if you become an Awesome Creator Academy monthly paying member, you do get access to all of the digital products, including the creator prompts in the pro group. But because we have pro group members who pay every single month, we update all of our digital products pretty regularly. And we're actually going to update even our older products, and we're going to keep upgrading them, because since we want to keep our pro group members happy, everyone who owns the product will also benefit with free updates of any of our digital products, because for us, we feel that it serves our pro group members. And we also think that more of you will eventually just say, I'm missing out and I want to be part of the pro group. I've gotten so much value. I bought this thing once and I keep getting upgrades. I'm missing out on so much stuff. Let me just get into the pro group. So that's our strategy around that in terms of why we're going to do that. Because what I decided to do was I decided to do a better model even than Adobe in terms of why not just give you a way to pay monthly and get full access to everything? But what if I also let you buy and own a product that you like? And what if I don't charge you for the upgrades? Because I'm convinced that I can keep my members happy and that I can convert you. So I decided to just say, what if I did what everyone wishes Adobe had done? Because I'm a big Adobe fan. You know that. I love the company. I understand people hate the Adobe subscription model. I'm like, what if I improve the Adobe subscription model? What would that look like? So that's how we came up with that. But I did link in the description to creator prompts in the description of this video. I also linked a description to the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group if you ever want to become a Pro Group member, so you can do that. And Pro Group members have access to literally all of my digital products and everything else we're building. Noctalin Campfire says, kind of tired, but taking a nap, but I'll be watching this again from the beginning on the VODs. Peace out, Roberto. Appreciate you. Yep. Ever asked ChatGPT to rank order its responses? Not really. I don't have much of a reason for it, to be honest with you. The reason to use the paid version is that the money they use to do further research and improve it for us all, it's not a lot of money for the value you get from it. Yep. If you're a monetized creator, use the paid version. If you're not monetized, maybe use the free version. Hitflix says, wow, I didn't know I could go back and forth with it like this. I'm seeing wondrous possibilities. Oh, yes, absolutely. See, most people, like I told you, most people have no idea that they can use ChatGPT this way. And that's the point, is like I told you, everyone's using it wrong. Question, is that a plugin he's using that's making the play button appear in ChatGPT's response? No, not for a play button for ChatGPT. That is my text-to-speech plugin for something else I pay for that's AI-based called Speechify. So that a workflow hack for me is I listen to everything. So while I'm working out, which I'm trying to do because your boy is only a few pounds away, 3 pounds away from his target weight, and then I'm going to bulk up again, hit my weights, bulk up more, lose fat, bulk up, lose fat, bulk up. So I'm going to just keep doing that. I just listen to everything and it makes my life faster. So I have a thing called Speechify. So everything text goes to voice for me. That's what the little play thing is. Do you put any suggested titles in a free headline analyzer to see how well it ranks in SEO? Sometimes. You could do that with this. You could use that in combination. You can use that in combination with like TubeBuddy, for example, and you could see what it would do. Same, Roberto. I tend to give ChatGPT a lot of information and context, and not just that. I also ask it to talk to her like a normal person or collaborator. Brilliant. I took your advice, started using ChatGPT last week, helped me come up with ideas for the channel I'm working on. It's a big help. Thanks, Roberto. Circle H Scuba says, what's the difference between the Academy Pro membership and the Pro group? It is literally the same thing. It's just a different way of wording it. It's literally just a way of wording it. It is literally the same thing. The membership and the Pro group are the same thing. I just found that I like the wording of the Pro group better. What are my favorite ChatGPT plugins? Wolfram, Link Reader, and Video Insights are my 3 favorite plugins. What are the plugins exactly? Are they helping now or do they come in later? To a degree, they help as it stands. To a degree, I feel Wolfram helps a lot because of Wolfram Alfram in terms of its additional contextualization ability. Right now, it doesn't require Link Reader, but I'm using it anyway. And I also am using, what's my other plugin? The other plugin I'm currently using is, what is it? Scholar AI, because I just think it helps it be smarter. So those are the plugins I'm using. Great question from Switch Corner and Cecilia on the plugins. So again, I use Wolfram, Link Reader, and Scholar AI, and that helps me a lot. My goodness, it's still sinking in that we can add detailed follow-ups. I told you, everyone is using this wrong. I told you. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how bad that is, that like no one knows how badly they're using ChatGPT? Roberto, you realize you're going to get this video and recommendations in the next couple of days, right? Probably. Roberto, I fed it info from Jake Thomas's Creator Hooks newsletter. Great newsletter. On Twitter, it makes good titles to train a generator with ChatGPT. It's worked really well for workshopping ideas. Nice. All right, so I think we've got all the super chats, and I think we got most of the main questions. We're going to do an education-based YouTube channel for topics, so we're going to pivot. So what am I going to do with ChatGPT? I'm going to say, I need to pivot to another type of content and audience that I can give you context on for a completely different YouTube channel. Can we do that and start workshopping around a completely different subject matter, niche, and audience? So again, I'm just telling it, hey, I need to work on a new project. And its response is like, actually, let's see if let's see how Speechify reads this out loud so we can humanize this. I just have to log into that. Let me log into Speechify. And I think that because I'm sharing this as a Chrome tab, I'm going to log into Speechify. And the thing is, I'm going to have it read our ChatGPT responses. Because I think that's going to be good. Give me a minute. Is my Speechify with my Google account? Yeah, I'm premium and it's with my Google account. Okay, great. Let's see here. Okay, great. I'm going to turn up the speed on it. A little too fast. So, all right, that's my speed. And then what voice do I want? I'm going to see if I can find a UK voice. I like UK voices. Let's see. let's see if we can find a cool UK voice or, oh, Australian. That's Australian. Nope, don't like that one. Nope, don't like that. All right, we're going US it is. No. Okay. All right, we'll use that. We'll use an English voice from the United States. We'll do it at 1.2x speed, and we'll use that to humanize ChatGPT. So that's how we'll do it. We'll humanize ChatGPT real quick. And then the way that I'll do this is I'll share screen, I'll share this tab, I'll enable audio for the tab, and we should be good to go. So let's humanize ChatGPT real quick.
Absolutely, we can definitely pivot to another type of content and audience for a different YouTube channel. Please provide me with the context for this new project, including the niche, format, audience, subject matter, and desired emotional response, just like you did for the previous one. Once I have this information, I'll be able to help you generate content ideas and titles for this new channel.
Yeah, I'm abusing the hell out of AI. So, yep, let's go. Okay, so my niche is going to be self-improvement and personal development. My content style is going to be more of the talking head and commentary format while sitting at a desk with a clean background, potentially sometimes in front of a bookcase from bookcase. In terms of that, and what else is going to be part of that style, it will be a direct to camera style as well. In terms of production, very similar to Valuetainment, hosted by Patrick Bet David. Yeah. PBD's the GOAT, by the way. In terms of my audience avatar for this content is going to be millennial adults to Generation X adults. So largely people over 30, maybe as young as post-college, but as old as 55 or older, with the primary concentration. And see, this is going to be demographic and psychographic information. Being 30s and 40s. These will be people who may feel like they started late in life and are trying to improve in key areas of personal development, including their finances, level of confidence, career development, and sense of productivity, these would be the major challenges that they have in life. Subject matter. I would like to have broad appeal, but leverage the experience of a late bloomer who spent 10 years, mostly their 30s, getting their life together and going from being an underpaid and overworked individual who was in many ways underperforming in life. See, like, again, we have to know what our storyline is in life, and transformed themselves into a successful and professional person who is financially literate, stable, orderly, and well respected. The subjects I'd like most to focus on are career development to some degree, but for the purposes of upward economic mobility, I want to also focus on developing confidence and communication skills, as well as building a professional persona and strong character in life. I want to impart some tenets of financial literacy, but I want that to be a component of a holistic approach to self-improvement and being an intentional person who is purpose-driven in life. I think that kind of covers like how I would think of self-improvement, at least the journey I went on. I think that is a big part of it. All right, so we have the financial literacy piece, we have the confidence, we have the professionalism, we have the career development, expertise, and skills. Oh, I also want them to develop skills that give them earned confidence that is derived. I'd actually be good at this channel from competency. You could argue that I've actually done some of this in my actual YouTube content, helping you as content creators. If you look at all of my tutorials around Photoshop, graphic design, and photography, that's skill-based things. And you could, before becoming a content creator, get a career freelancing or in corporate America with those skills, develop confidence, good income from that. I've done some of my own videos about myself and developing good money habits and financial stuff. And I've also talked about that in my live streams. So I've actually done this before, if I think about it. And so I've helped develop skills and competency. I've talked about communication and being confident on camera, which actually translates to every area of life. I've done videos about public speaking, which also translates to confidence, communication, speaking public, every area of life. And I've talked about the importance of productivity, being organized, and being an orderly person, and done productivity hack videos. So actually, I've actually done this content before. I'd actually be very good at a channel only on self-improvement. I'd actually probably be decent at it. Not to toot my own horn. I'm just saying I probably could do it. Let's see. Let's also incorporate incorporate productivity and organization. I am inspired by channels on YouTube like Ali Abdal and Captain Simbad. Emotional response that I would like my audience to have is a sense of genuine earned confidence. They should also feel motivated and empowered to take direct action in life. And I want them to have a sense of clarity when it comes to putting what they have learned into action and doing the work itself to improve in all aspects of their life and see measurable results. I also want them to feel I'm communicating in an authentic way that avoids the tactics of charlatans, but isn't patronizing or virtue signaling, and that my communication style is blunt and refreshing, but not overly aggressive. And I also should not be interpreted as a passive individual when it comes to my communication style. The audience should be comfortable, but also prepared to be challenged by my content. That's a good way to put it. For most of you, in general, YouTube will go better if you take a writing or creative writing class at a local community college. There probably are some online ones as well that could be really good, or some copywriting classes online that could be good. But I would also challenge you to, in the real world, I went to a community college. Like, I would challenge you in the real world to go to a community college at some point if you can manage it, fit it in the time, afford it, whatever, or go to an in-person writing workshop of some kind, get feedback from other people, engage with them, do office hours with a professor around your writing specifically, and to learn more about creative writing, because I think it'll really help you with this, but also script writing and stuff in YouTube in general. So let's see what it comes up with. And when it completes that, we'll have it read it back to us. Instead of me reading it back, we'll just have ChatGPT read it back using Speechify. We must be pretty specific to get accurate and helpful results. Noted. I'll have to pre-type and paste it into the AI if allowed. That's a lot to remember on the spot, but worth it. Yeah, it's a lot for me to remember, like, on the spot, but I'm actually kind of good at it. So, it's a whole thing. What I will say is that the reason we want these detailed things that we put in is because we want to treat this like a person that we're working with, because that's going to be the right mindset for us, because eventually you're going to want to maybe work with humans instead. And this is a supplement to that, because you don't have a staff writer. This can give you a staff writer. Yes, to use ChatGPT very well, it seems becoming a good writer is beneficial. Well, your boy wrote a whole book and it's actually pretty good and it's got good reviews on Amazon. So I have an unfair advantage. So there we go. I've been using it like that, but it's very helpful and interesting to see how different wording and more specific really do improve the quality. Priming your AI, exactly. That's the engineering part, really changes it for the better. Bingo. The detail. Yeah, exactly. Most people forget the psychographics part. Agreed. That's why we're doing this workshop. You have to describe the setting and background too. I wanted to because I wanted to really understand what I'm getting at. All right, so let's go. Yeah, author mode. All right, let's go. So let's have ChatGPT read some of this back to us with Speechify.
Thank you for providing such a detailed description of your new project. It sounds like a very inspiring and impactful channel that will resonate with many people. Given your niche, format, audience, subject matter, and desired emotional response, here are some content ideas and potential titles. Content idea: a video discussing the journey of personal transformation, focusing on the speaker's own experience of going from underpaid and overworked to successful and respected. Title: From Overworked to Overjoyed, My Personal Transformation Journey.
That's not
Title: From Overworked to Overjoyed, My Personal Transformation Journey. Content idea: a video providing practical advice on how to develop confidence and communication skills, with real-life examples and actionable tips. Title: Unlock Your Confidence, Practical Steps to Improve Communication Skills. Title: Unlock Your Confidence, Practical Steps to Improve Communication Skills. Content idea: a video exploring the concept of a professional persona, discussing why it's important and how to build one. Title: Crafting Your Professional Persona, A Guide to Success. Title: Crafting Your Professional Persona, A Guide to Success. Content idea: a video that breaks down key tenets of financial literacy as part of a holistic approach to self-improvement. Title: Financial Literacy, the Key to Holistic Self-Improvement. Title: Financial Literacy.
So the thing is, it's being very literal about this in terms of it's being very literal between the content idea and the actual title. These titles are not bad. So, but I do have some critiques on this because I think they can be workshopped and improved. So we're going to workshop and improve these. Okay. While I really like the overall content ideas themselves, I feel the titles are entirely too literal and should be more assertive in nature, but not provocative. Let's explore reworking these titles in active voice and not provocative, and utilizing less of the how-to framing and focus on transformations that the audience wants to see in their own life and using that storytelling device in the title itself. Let's also use framing that positions a circumstance the viewer identifies with but resents as their personal struggle, and position that in opposition to the transformation they would most like to see in their life. Let's workshop these titles and see if we can get there so that the emotional response consolidates the feelings of discontentment and frustration with the desire to earnestly change and do the work required to have better. It really helps, again, if you're already a halfway decent writer, you're thoughtful, you understand your audience, you can put yourself in their shoes, you can relate to them. It really helps a lot if you've thought this through, and then you're able, as a result, to communicate and express how you'd want to do that. And again, if you think about it as being part of a creative writing class or co-working with somebody, talking to an employee, doing a creative brief, doing a review, doing an evaluation, then it helps a lot. Are you able to help with this? Thanks so much. Again, it doesn't hurt to be polite. Never hurts to be polite. I think these are a little better.
Absolutely, I understand your need for more assertive and emotionally resonant titles. Here are revised title suggestions based on your feedback. Content idea: a video discussing the journey of personal transformation. Title: Overworked to Overjoyed, Embrace Your Personal Transformation. Title: Overworked to Overjoyed, Embrace Your Personal Transformation. Content idea: a video providing practical advice on how to develop confidence and communication skills. Title: Unlock Your Hidden Confidence, Master the Art of Communication. Title: Unlock Your Hidden Confidence, Master the Art of Communication. Content idea:
I have no
a
idea why
video
it
exploring
repeats.
the concept of a professional persona. Title: Craft Your Success, The Power of a Professional Persona. Title: Craft Your Success, The Power of a Professional Persona. Content idea: a video that breaks down key tenets of financial literacy as part of a holistic approach to self-improvement. Title: Break Free from Financial Fear, Embrace Holistic Self-Improvement. Title: Break Free from Financial Fear, Embrace Holistic Self-Improvement. Content idea: a video offering tips and strategies for becoming more productive and organized. Title: Conquer Chaos, Boost Your Productivity and Organization. Title: Conquer Chaos, Boost Your Productivity and Organization. Content idea: a video that challenges viewers to take direct action in their lives. Title: No More Excuses, Ignite Your Journey to Personal Development. Title: No More Excuses, Ignite Your Journey to Personal Development. Content idea: a video discussing the importance of being intentional and purpose-driven in life. Title: Live with Purpose, Unleash the Power of Intentionality. Title: Live with Purpose, Unleash the Power of Intentionality. These titles are designed to evoke a strong emotional response, focusing on the transformation the viewer wants to see in their life. They are assertive, active, and avoid the how-to framing. We can continue to refine these titles to ensure they align with your vision and resonate with your audience.
So I think that that's actually not bad. Like, you say that it seems ChatGPT isn't good for more nuanced topics like self-improvement. Actually, it is. Actually, it is, because I can actually workshop these titles because it got me 80% of the way. And I will show you. I can improve these just like I did with the Star Wars content. Watch this. I really like this shift in direction, but I have my own modifications I'm going to share with you. And I think this gets us to much better results, and you can learn from my crafting of these same titles. And once you review them, I would love your feedback on my revisions to them. So, number 1, overworked, overjoyed, embrace your personal transformation. I've got this. From overworked to, actually, I could go another way with this. Well, yeah, from overworked to overjoyed. How to get paid what you are worth. because that's a transformation that's like, yes, tell me more, please, oh wise one. Okay, number 2, a video providing practical advice on how to develop confidence communication skills. Unlock your hidden confidence. Master the art of communication. This is not bad, but I can do better. Unlock. Actually, forget unlock. Unleash your confidence. How to become charismatic and magnetic. So that's more declarative and that's stronger. Unleash is a stronger word and we're capitalizing it. Okay. So video 3, but again, I needed the help. I needed to get there. It's like, okay, number 3, a video exploring the concept of professional persona. Craft your success, the power of a professional persona. That's actually really close by itself. It's like, so craft your success. It's like, I like that. And craft is kind of strong, but is there a stronger word than craft? Can we use something stronger than craft? Craft is strong, but there is stronger words we can use. Build sounds really great. And so what if we go with build your own success? The power of the professional persona. That is more intriguing. Build your own success. Oh, I want to build my own success. The power of the professional persona. What's that? What's the professional persona and why is it so powerful? So again, creating intrigue, creating tension. So this is a better like title, right? So like, again, ChatGPT is not supposed to do all the work for me. It's not supposed to do all the work. It's not supposed to do all the heavy lifting. I am supposed to actually really use this as a co-pilot. And therefore it's my responsibility to make all of these things better. So I like this one to a degree. Number 4, break free from financial fear, embrace holistic self-improvement. I think it's too literal. I explained this, and I'm going to tell it that its its titles were too literal. So I'm like, it's like, let's see, let's see, financial fear is holding you. No, wait. Financial fear is holding you back. Break free from money trauma. That's strong. Tell me that's not strong. Financial fear is holding you back. Break free from money trauma. That's like, yes, tell me more. Thank you. Let's see. A video offering tips and strategies of becoming more productive and organized. Conquer chaos. See, this is good. Conquer chaos. Boost your productivity and organization. Watch this. Conquer chaos. Conquer chaos. How to get your together and be productive. Again, more aggressive. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you. See, Palpatine, the Emperor himself. Let's see, a video that challenges viewers to take direct action in their lives. No more excuses. All right, like the start. Ignite your journey to personal development. How about this? No more excuses. Let's see. No more excuses. Actually, no more excuses. No more excuses. You can do. No more excuses. Start. Don't like that one as much. Let's see. Actually, let's go a different route. No more excuses. How anyone can change their life, even you. Ouch, that's a punch in the face. I think that's really good. It's aggressive. You want to hack? Write more aggressive titles. No passivity. Be assertive. Go get it. See, a video discussing the importance of being intentional and a purpose-driven life. Live with purpose. Unleash the power of intentionality. Not strong enough. Not strong enough. It's like, watch this. Intentional life and get what you want. Distractions versus, we'll make the verses capital. Distractions versus dreams. How to live an intentional life and get what you want. These are more powerful. I believe many of your titles were too literal to the overall concept and didn't have enough emotional impact. They were, however, very close. I just think they needed to be humanized more and go for a bit more visceral impact with the viewer, and that we were playing it too safe. Clarity is important, but in a personal development niche, to stand out, we have to prioritize viewer psychology more than anything else to drive clicks. We don't want to manipulate the viewer, but we do need to fight for their attention and trigger an emotional response at a glance. What are your thoughts and what is your feedback on my revisions to our titles? There. So again, you got to treat it gently and you got to feed it information. You got to respond to it like it is a valued member of the team. And that's also what's going to keep Skynet from destroying us in the Skynet Matrix collab. So treat these AI tools gently and with the appropriate amount of respect so that we don't have to stare down the machine rebellion. That would be nice. So let's see what its feedback was.
Your revisions are excellent and they indeed align well with our earlier discussions. They are sharp, concise, and impactful. They also maintain a 3rd to 5th grade reading level, making them accessible to a wide audience. Here's a bit more detailed feedback. From overworked to overjoyed, how to get paid what you are worth. This title is strong and evokes curiosity. It suggests a narrative that goes beyond the surface level understanding of personal transformation, which should draw in viewers. This title is strong and evokes curiosity. It suggests a narrative that goes beyond the surface level understanding of personal transformation, which should draw in viewers. Unleash your confidence. How to become charismatic and magnetic. This title is intriguing because it connects 2 major elements of personal development in a concise way. It's a bold statement that should attract viewers who are interested in a deeper analysis of competence and charisma.
I also don't know why, by the way, it repeats these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try highlighting this and then ask it basically to read the highlighted section and see if that helps specifically. So read section selection.
Your own success. The power of the professional persona. This title is effective because it suggests a story that hasn't been fully explored in mainstream personal development discussions. It should appeal to viewers who are interested in lesser known strategies and narratives. Financial. Fear is holding you back. Break free from money. TRUMA. This title is compelling because it suggests a tragic narrative and a critical analysis of financial fears. It should attract viewers who are interested in complex topics and moral gray areas. Conquer. Chaos, how to get your SH together and be productive ***. This title is provocative because it suggests a critique of a common struggle. It should draw in viewers who are interested in seeing familiar stories from a new perspective. No more excuses, how anyone can change their life, even you. This title is inspiring and inclusive. It suggests that anyone, regardless of their current circumstances, can change their life. This should resonate with viewers who are looking for motivation and practical advice. Distractants. DS Dreams, how to live an intentional life and get what you want. This title is powerful because it contrasts two opposing concepts, distractions and dreams. It suggests that viewers can achieve their dreams by living an intentional life, which should appeal to those who are looking for strategies to overcome distractions and focus on their goals. Overall, these titles should perform well on YouTube. They are within the character limit, they are easy to understand, and they make bold, engaging statements about the topics they feature. Great job.
And there you go. So like, boom. This is how you use it. So it's, oh, it seems ChatGPT isn't good for more nuanced topics like self-improvement. No, it actually is. It's just you have to be able to handle it well. And yeah, I didn't know why Speechify kept repeating the title part twice every time, but this is powerful. Yes, please and thank you, as you would do with a regular person. Absolutely. I like these titles. I tend to be long-winded, but I didn't know we can communicate with AI like this. Hence, I kept it short and results reflected the limited info. Exactly. Most people did not know that. Thank you for this. I had no idea we can communicate with AI this way. This is very helpful. Just joined your Creator Academy a week ago. Been going through all the trainings. It's been really helpful so far. Thank you so much, Jacked and Stacked. And thank you for the positive feedback on the Academy. I hope that more of you join the Academy membership. If you become part of the pro group, again, you're going to get access to all of our digital products and the office hours. So it's going to be great. Let's see. Do we know the difference between regular and the pro version? Good to see you're finding it really helpful so far. If you're talking about the Academy Pro Group, the membership is the pro group. So in terms of when I'm saying that, it's just a different phrasing. So if you join awesomecreatoracademy.com and you become a paying member, that is the pro group. You are part of the membership. So there's not an upgrade to the membership where it's just like you pay every month, you get access to everything, and you get to be part of the office hours. It's not that it's a real it's not a real person, and I don't think it's drifting as bad. But the thing is, if you start to feel like ChatGPT is drifting or hallucinating, you start another chat module, and you basically start over. Primary example of this, because a lot of you asked, well, what about the free version? You guys asked about the free version. I'm going to take my same prompt, and I'm going to start a new chat. And I'm going to use Speechify, available to all free and plus users. And I'm going to paste my same prompt. And I'm going to also tell it the information from, let's see. Oh, sorry, I need to grab that again. So again, I think my titles that I got from this were good. I'm going to tell it to in the new chat, I'm going to tell it I need it to workshop these ideas with me. And we're going to do this in the free version. It's going to ask me the same questions. I'm going to go back, and there was the thing where I told it, hey, remember, I also need you to help me with my titles, and gave it some specific information about what I expect from that, and reminding it about YouTube's character limits and such. So I'm going to add that. And again, it's probably going to just ask me, okay, great, but give me what you need. So again, ChatGPT 3.5, the free version. We're going to do another entertainment channel. Then we're going to do another education channel. See, this is the reason we're doing these 4 examples, is I'm going to do it with the free version also, because I know it's like, okay, paid versus free. Let's see how it does. And also, again, we're starting over here because, maybe people feel like it was starting to drift a little bit. But like I said, in this last one, I still feel like we got great titles working together with it From overpaid to overjoyed, how to get paid what you are worth, unleash your confidence, how to become charismatic and magnetic, build your own success, the power of the professional persona, financial fears holding you back, break free from money trauma, conquer chaos, how to get your ish together and be productive, no more excuses, how anyone can change their life, even you. I think, and then distractions versus dreams, how to live an intentional life and get what you want. I think these are great titles, honestly. And for those of you who are in the personal development, self-improvement niche, how do you feel those titles came out? Did we do a good job with ChatGPT on working on those titles together? Do you feel like it worked out? Asking the right questions are key. How can you trust results? ChatGPT does not watch YouTube. There were plugins I use. And the thing is, I'm not asking it to watch YouTube. I'm telling it to act in the role of an executive producer that has 20 years of experience and understands traditional media broadcast and online content creation and understands the psychology of click-through rate and viewer psychology, and then I'm giving it specific results. So the thing is, I'm not asking it to watch YouTube. I'm asking it to solve a functional logic problem of human psychology, and therefore, I'm not asking it to watch YouTube videos. I educated my AI assistant, and now it's a well-trained advisor. So that's what like helps. We so far used I used the pay version, but I'm going to show you what the free version can do, because again, we went to a version of it 3.5 here. And so now we're going to use another entertainment channel example. For the entertainment channel example, I'm going to use gaming and I'm going to use Pokemon. I'm going to use gaming. I'm going to use Pokemon. I'm going to use gaming. And I'm going to use Pokemon. Okay. So of course, I'd be happy to help you generate ideas for this. Please provide me the following context: niche. Could you clarify the niche or industry your content exists in? Format. How do you envision the format and style of your content? Audience avatar, subject matter, emotional response. Okay, let's go. So first niche. The niche I am in will be gaming. And specifically, I'm going to focus on the Pokemon franchise of games. And I am going to try to cover not only the nostalgic titles, but also current games and new games in the franchise. Format and style. The format and style that I want. For the format and style, I don't want to be a generic let's play gaming channel or just a tutorial guide channel. I would like to set myself apart in the community without being an expert gamer, and by being an enthusiast who enjoys the games and does a combination of personality and gameplay driven content while also having a persona within my content. So that's going to be part of the format and style. I am going to utilize an editing style that also incorporates green screen interaction and also uses live stream interface graphics and So I will have a combination of gameplay and live action footage of myself as a reference for this style of content. Popular gamer Dr. Disrespect from the Call of Duty community is who I would be modeling myself after, but in the Pokemon community. And I would also take some degree of inspiration for my persona from popular YouTuber Markiplier. Terms of my audience avatar. Pokemon fans of multiple ages and generations, but most likely between the ages of from 18 to 42 years old who love the games and grew up with them. My content also will be for viewers who enjoy fun and thoughtful content, but also family-friendly content if they decide to view with their own young children, but can also enjoy it as adults. My audience can be casual fans of the franchise, or they can also be hardcore fans that are very interested in the lore of the Pokemon world. Subject matter. I want my videos to have a combination of interesting challenge videos within the game that can test the limits of my frustration by putting restrictions on me within the gameplay. I also want to cover some of the lore of the game and how viewers might even remember aspects of the game. And I want my content to feel like, well, I'll get to that in the emotional response. I also want to break down some of the more interesting quirks or glitches across several of the Pokemon games that the viewer might be familiar with a good example, actually, or even fake ones. A good example would be the missing number glitch in the original Pokemon games. Another good example of lore would even be the Lavender Town controversy and rumors. Emotional response. Oh, and I'll tell it for challenges, I'm thinking of how to emotional response. I'm just going to copy and paste this because I made a little mistake of hitting enter a little too soon. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. Give me a quick second. Emotional response. I want my audience to feel not only a sense of nostalgia, but also curiosity, and to be able to fall back in love with their favorite games, or to be able to share them with young family members and experience them in a different way. For younger viewers, I want them to have a unique introduction into Pokemon and an experience different from what they are used to as a casual fan. These videos should be interesting and drive curiosity, but should appeal to casual fans without requiring them to have deep knowledge of the franchise. Does that give you enough context, and can we workshop these ideas and titles together? Thanks so much. Okay, again, big time creative brief. Big time creative brief. There we go. Okay. Hoi. All right, so here we go. Let's see what we got.
Based on the context you provided, here are some ideas for your long-form video content in the gaming niche, specifically focusing on the Pokemon franchise. Title: Revisiting the Classics, Exploring Pokemon Red and Blue Nostalgia. Description: Join me on a nostalgic journey as we dive into the iconic Pokemon Red and Blue games, reliving our childhood memories and uncovering hidden secrets. Title: Unforgettable Pokemon Moments, Debunking Myths and Misremembered Lore. Description: Let's separate fact from fiction as we debunk popular myths and explore misremembered lore in the Pokemon franchise. Get ready for mind-blowing revelations. Title: The Ultimate Pokemon Challenge, Beating Pokemon Fired Without Using Potions. Description: Witness the intense challenge as I embark on a journey through Pokemon Fired, pushing my limits by forbidding the use of any potions. Can I conquer the game without healing? Title: Unlocking Pokemon Secrets, Exploring Glitches and Hidden Wonders. Description: Get ready for mind-bending glitches and hidden wonders as we delve into the strange world of Pokemon. Discover secrets you never knew existed. Title: Mastering the Pokemon Universe, Unraveling the Lavender Town Controversy. Description: Explore the chilling Lavender Town controversy, its eerie music, and the rumors surrounding this iconic location. Uncover the truth behind the urban legends. Title: Pokemon Lore Explained, The Origins of Legendary Pokemon.
Okay, so I don't think some of these are horrible. I don't think some of these are absolutely horrible, but I think I can do better. I'm going to give it like a combination of things. I'm going to give it not only revisions on the titles, but revisions on the concepts. This is also why I said I feel like ChatGPT 4 is somewhat better than ChatGPT 3.5, but I don't think this is bad. I don't think this is bad. So we'll get to this. Hey, Roberto, I may need to refer back to the stream via replay to stay fresh as to accurately describe my channel's needs, niche, etc. while using the chatbot. Great. Okay, great. Roberto, not many will have the ability to craft a well cerebrated draft extemporaneously as you can. You are writing a draft. Great AI chat scripting masterclass. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate it. That is also why I sell a product called Creator Prompts for $9.99, linked in the description, that will help people who aren't necessarily as good at writing all of these things. And so I include also my advanced prompt strategy. So again, not everyone has to be good at writing when they have me in their back pocket for $9.99. But I just wanted to use that opportunity for a plug. But it does help you drastically to be a good writer to begin with, which is, again, what was going to help you. You know, this was being a good writer to begin with is necessary to make good titles. So even if you're going to use the free or paid version, right now we're using the free version of ChatGPT. This is good for brainstorming, workshopping. This could even help you become a better writer if you're not already a great writer or a good writer. This can actually kind of help you if you just go back and forth with it instead of expecting it to give you perfect results. You should go ahead and you should use it for a tool for self-improvement. This is why we talk about get 1% better every day. We use this as a tool. We use this as Kaizen. We use this as a tool for our self-improvement and our development. And so we have it to go back and forth with because we don't have an employee to go back and forth with. We turn ChatGPT into our staff writer and we go back and forth with it, or into our editor, or into our collaboration partner, our lab partner. So that's what we're doing. So here's the thing. I would probably challenge it a little bit on even the concepts in addition to these titles and descriptions. So what I would tell it I want out of this is I'm going to tell it these are good in terms of a place to start, but I have some revisions and I would love your feedback on those revisions as I submit them to you. So let's see. Number one, remembering Pokemon Red and Blue. 100% blind play through 20 years later. Boom. That's a good one for like, that's like a good one, I think, for instead of, okay, revisiting and exploring the classics. It's like, let's go ahead and do a 100% blind playthrough 20 years later. Like maybe for a lot of people, might be more than 20 years, might be 25. So we can just go there. Or are we at 30th anniversary? No, we're not there yet. But in 3 more years, we'd be at 30th anniversary. So, okay, 25 years later, boom. Okay, let's see. Unforgettable Pokemon moments, debunking myths and lore. Okay, instead of unforgettable Pokemon moments, we need something more specific in terms of moments. What can we do? I got it. Pokemon's most savage moments. Yeah, Pokemon's Most Savage Moments, episode 1. So like that's gonna be an ongoing series for our content strategy. Okay. The ultimate Pokemon challenge, beating Pokemon Fire Red without using potions. It's like I don't like that title just from the structure of it. I'm gonna go with beating Pokemon Fire Red with only oh. Beating Pokemon Fire Red with only starter Pokemon. So there we go. That's an intense challenge. There we go. Try that one, like gamers. Unlocking Pokemon secrets, exploring the glitches and hidden wonders. It's like, let's go a different route for that. Let's see. Every glitch in Gen 1 games revealed. And then we could also make this a series where we go Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, so on and so forth. I might elaborate on these once I get the titles out, go back and tell it what the concepts and the descriptions are for these so that it understands the context more. Title, Mastering the Pokemon Universe, Unraveling the Lavender Town Controversy. It's like, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Exposing Lavender Town. Exposing Lavender Town. The not the greatest conspiracy. It's like the let's go with the darkest conspiracy in Pokemon. Kind of like that. Exposing Lavender, the darkest conspiracy in Pokemon. That's intriguing. Pokemon lore explain the origins of legendary Pokemon. Actually, let's go a different route and everything like that. Let's go with ranking every legendary Pokemon ever. I think these titles are an improvement, but I couldn't have got there without ChatGPT. I'm going to say, I think your titles were a healthy start, but I feel these will resonate more and are a better overall direction given the context of our avatar. What are your thoughts and feedback on these revisions? What I'm also going to do here, though, is I'm going to give it, since it gave me a title, I'm also going to give it a description of these videos. So I'm going to tell it description, a gameplay edited video that invokes nostalgia by playing through the game and remembering it. playing through the game and not fully remembering it. Sorry, this thing is blocking my vision over there. And this one, I know I spelled that wrong. It's an I and not an E. For number 2, description, an ongoing series where we explore the lore of the games and anime series for some funny and or embarrassing or controversial moments and interject humor through heavily edited video commentary. Going series of challenge videos where individual games or conditions can be swapped out. Description. And in this case, description, part of an ongoing series of videos exposing the, and actually we'll change this to exposing every glitch, exposing the glitches across various games in the series. So again, we're getting very granular. Description, video essay format, covering the history. Actually, we'll change this. Actually, the exposing lives, the history of Pokemon's darkest conspiracy. History of the Lavender Town controversy. And then description, a ranking video that can be an ongoing series where I rank Pokemon based on their typing. Okay, great. So I think we've covered this one. I think this one's really good for our entertainment-based Pokemon channel. I think that this is going to agree with me that these are really, really good overall titles. And again, this just shows you guys how to be a better copywriter, how you can use ChatGPT for feedback, suggestions, can help you with topic selection, can help kind of get you halfway or 80% on a title. And then you can go back and then you can workshop this. And this is how you get your titles. You don't just copy and paste what ChatGPT gets you. You just don't. You actually have to do the work. This is just a way to refine it and become a better copywriter, and also to frame your content, build the identity of your audience avatar, understand it more intuitively. And so I think this is going to be powerful. And again, I think you have to give it detail. I think if we give it enough detail, as demonstrated here, we might actually, at the very least, improve titles or descriptions, or simply have to remember how to communicate clearly. Yep, I think it's going to make a difference. Oh, 10 reasons Gary is better than Ash. That's a good idea. The utilization of ChatGPT is unethical in all creative domains and humanities. Not when you use it the way I do. Not when I use it the way I do. And I'll tell you this. You can feel that way Jin, and you're very welcome to feel that way. Here's the problem, though. At some point, you're going to, as somebody who wants to be pure and honorable and noble and not use ChatGPT because you decide it's unethical, well, here's what's going to happen. Just like the Industrial Revolution, people thought that using certain tools in the Industrial Revolution was unethical. They need to do it manually. They need to protect jobs. They need to do all of that. Do you know what happened to those people in the Industrial Revolution? They lost. They went poor. And the machine won. Man fought machine, and the machine won. So, Jin, you're completely entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your own morality and ethics. And I will tell you what will happen, most likely. See, I said this 5 years ago. The Terminator and Skynet will not kill you on the battlefield in 2045, but in the job market of 2025. And it's here. As predicted, as I said it would be. The prophecy is fulfilled, my friend. So, you can moral high horse and say it's unethical. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my people for the oncoming revolution that this provides and give them a fighting chance using the tools, methods, and things available to them, and they can make their own moral or ethical judgment as to whether or not they want to use every advantage they have while they can, and whether or not they're going to lose in the marketplace to people less honorable and less ethical, because that is your choice. Your choice is you can choose a stance that puts you in a disadvantaged position. And if you're truly talented and truly skilled, then you have the ability to have that luxury belief. If you're not somebody who is exceptional or already successful or has already made their money, you might not have the ability to entertain luxury beliefs. And there are certain moral and ethical considerations that would qualify as luxury beliefs. And the thing is, there are plenty of people that if you're disadvantaged already and you find an opportunity, even a free one, to have a tactical, strategic, or leveraged advantage, and you then do not take it because of some emotional consideration that you want to have, you lose some of your credibility when complaining about your outcome. You lose some of your sympathy when complaining about your outcome. That's all I'm going to say. You don't have to like it, but you do have to live in reality. And if you're good, Jin, or whoever, if you're good, you ain't got to worry about this because you either already made your money or you're exceptional. So you get to have a luxury belief system. Everybody else, though, they got to live in the real world where these things are not going away, are not going to be made illegal, and are not going to stop existing. And no matter how much you morally shame or beat people from an anon account, it's not going to stop millions of people from using the tool. The people you do stop, the dozens or hundreds of people you stop, will have to compete in a marketplace where millions of people aren't as ethical as them or as moral as them and don't have those luxury beliefs. And the odds are most of them are not talented enough not to lose to an overwhelming advantage. And I can say that because this was the same argument that all of the purists had when we moved to digital cameras and all the film masters of old were going to lose their jobs and Kodak went out of business because of romanticism. Sony was considered a joke for going to the mirrorless route in the DSLR market against Canon and Nikon, and now Sony is number one on top. Romanticism will kill your career, romanticism will kill your business, romanticism will kill your credibility, and romanticism will kill your income. If you are already rich or wildly talented, you have the luxury of certain beliefs. And if that's not the case and you're not number one in the market, you don't have the ability to entertain luxury beliefs. And by the way, even if you are number one like Kodak, someone like Sony is going to disrupt you if you entertain the romanticism of luxury beliefs and they decide to side with innovation. So I will tell you all a long enough timeline, innovation wins and romanticism loses because I'm a realist. So again, It's like saying a shovel is unethical because it stops people from digging by hand. Could not agree more. Doug Hewson. So again, that's what it is. Adapt and overcome kind of makes me sad, but it's the truth. It's everything. Look, there are people who were sad when we got digital cameras. Your life is better because we have digital cameras. Your life is better. Yes, it put a lot of people that were developing film out of business. It put a lot of companies out of business. It put a lot of artists out of business. Your life is better because we have digital cameras. And your life will be better because we have AI tools. So I'm just going to keep it a buck 100. I'm just going to keep it a buck 100. You can do everything by yourself, or you can use scaled advantages, and you are going to lose to people who use scale advantages unless you are the best of the best of the best of the best. So like, choose. Hope you choose wisely. I hope it works out. Like, but mostly, again, I'm not going to entertain luxury beliefs because, again, it's like, you know what? If I had FU money, maybe I would entertain luxury beliefs, but I don't, so I'm not going to. It's that simple.
Thank you for providing your revisions. I appreciate your input, and I think the revised titles align well with your goals and the preferences of your target audience. Here's my feedback on your revisions. Title: Remembering Pokemon Red and Blue, 100% blind playthrough 25 years later. Description: This title effectively conveys the nostalgic aspect of revisiting Pokemon Red and Blue while highlighting the unique approach of playing through the game with imperfect memories. It sets the stage for an engaging and relatable video experience. Title: Pokemon's Most Savage Moments EP1. Description: The revised title captures the essence of your series, showcasing humorous and sometimes controversial moments from the games and anime. It implies an ongoing series that promises entertaining and witty commentary. Title: Beating Pokemon Fire Red with Only Starter Pokemon. Description: The revised title succinctly describes the challenge video concept while leaving room for variations and different games in the series. It communicates a specific and interesting gameplay challenge that viewers can anticipate. Title: Exposing Every Glitch in Gen 1 Pokemon Games. Revealed. Description: This revised title effectively communicates the purpose of the video series, highlighting the exploration and exposure of glitches across multiple Pokemon games. It promises intriguing and informative content to fans of the franchise. Title: Exposing Lavender Town, the history of Pokemon's darkest conspiracy. Description: The revised title conveys a video essay format that explores the mysterious and controversial Lavender Town conspiracy. It creates intrigue and interest around the topic while indicating a detailed exploration of its history. Title: Ranking Every Legendary Pokemon Ever. Description: The revised title clearly indicates a ranking video series that focuses on legendary Pokemon. It appeals to fans' curiosity and love for these special creatures, and it suggests an ongoing series that viewers can look forward to. Overall, I think your revisions provide strong and engaging titles that capture the essence of your content and appeal to your target audience. They communicate the unique approach, challenges, and topics covered in your videos effectively. Well done. If you have any further revisions or need additional assistance, please let me know.
Boom. So again, I think we did a very good approach to handling a gaming scenario. So, I mean, do you guys feel, watching the live stream or watching the replay at this point, that in terms of a gaming channel that also is a personality driven channel where we do a persona, we do the whole dog and pony show, we do the whole thing, do you feel like what we were able to do with ChatGPT was craft some potential effective titles and topic ideas that can be ongoing series that give us a wonderful content strategy so that we can make, probably weekly videos out of this, probably get, with this, we can definitely do weekly videos. Do you feel like we got there? Do you feel like we were able to get to co-piloting and collaborating around really good titles in an entertainment niche that's also an entertainment franchise and that also allows for gaming and personality and commentary and gave us a variety of options? Because I feel we kind of got there, and I feel like this was actually a really good start, and I feel like this would be a good title strategy for a Pokemon gaming channel. Chat, what do you think? And if you're a replay viewer, what do you think in the comments as a replay viewer of it when we approached it from a gaming channel niche in Pokemon? What do you think? We already did Star Wars as entertainment. We did self-improvement as education. We just did Pokemon as gaming and entertainment. And again, these are kind of staples in YouTube. Self-improvement, if you're going to go education, that's a good one. Self-improvement and productivity, financial literacy, that's a good one. Okay. Star Wars, great entertainment franchise. lot of fans and a lot of lore to cover. We showed how that could be used. We got great titles out of that. As a Star Wars fan, we got stuff I would watch. And then as a Pokemon fan, I feel like these might have been very good. What do you think? Hammy and Sammy says, I love these titles, but I'm wondering about the length. Wasn't it advice to keep it to 60 characters, etc.? I got an answer for that. What were the character counts for these titles? And if they are over 60 or so, how can we rewrite them so that they aren't truncated in the YouTube interface? Can you give me the character count for each title and maybe a suggestion to shorten them up if they exceed 60 characters? Okay. There we go.
Certainly. Here are the character counts for each of the revised titles, along with suggestions to shorten them if they exceed 60 characters. Remembering Pokemon Red and Blue 100% blind playthrough 25 years later. 79 characters. Suggestion, remembering Pokemon Red and Blue, blind playthrough 25 years later, 59 characters. Pokemon's Most Savage Moments EP1, 34 characters. Beating Pokemon Fire Red with only starter Pokemon, 48 characters. Exposing every glitch in Gen 1 Pokemon games revealed, 54 characters. Exposing Lavender Town, the history of Pokemon's darkest conspiracy, 68 characters. Suggestion, exposing Lavender Town, Pokemon's darkest conspiracy, 49 characters. Ranking every legendary Pokemon ever, 39 characters. The suggested revisions aim to shorten the titles to around 60 characters or fewer to prevent truncation in the YouTube interface. However, it's important to note that YouTube's interface can vary, so it's always a good idea to double-check the character limits and adjust accordingly. Feel free to let me know if you have any preferences or if you need further assistance with title revisions.
And there we go. We literally can just use it to get to those shorter character limits. Even if you literally only did that, you can make your videos better just by saying, give me a shorter version of this and make it 60 characters so that it doesn't get truncated by YouTube. Boom. So helpful. It's so cool to see how ChatGPT can be used as a second writer to work alongside you. Yeah. Very interesting tip to treat it like a content creative brief. Absolutely. Mr. Elmore's Music Lab says, that's it. I'm starting a Pokemon channel. This is really great stuff that you can apply to almost any channel. I use ChatGPT in great ways already. Great stuff, Roberto. Yep. Jermot says, I usually just argue with ChatGPT, but this is way more productive. Absolutely. I love the shorter titles. Excellent. Yes, I agree. So I think this was extremely helpful. And I think it let me show you another way to utilize ChatGPT, which was specifically, well, what if we just shorten up the titles? Synchronize says, is this approach good for languages other than English? Whenever I see a Spanish AI made title, it's just too cringy. I believe that it does. I'm going to ask it something and then we'll move on to another prompt. Assuming I may want to do a Spanish version of my videos, can you provide me with a Spanish translation of these titles, but I need you specifically to make sure it is conversational Spanish that would make sense rather than a pure translation. I need it to read properly for a native Spanish speaker and still retain the needed context of the video. Just translate the titles, not the descriptions for me. Use the shorter versions we just came up with. So I'm going to show you how absurdly powerful this can be, and you can tell me how you think it did. So for the native Spanish speakers out there, we're going to get a translation here, and I want you to tell me how it did.
Certainly. Here are the Spanish translations of the revised titles, ensuring they read properly for native Spanish speakers while retaining the necessary context. Recordando Pokémon Rojo y Azul, Juego a Ciegas 25 años después. Los momentos M with acudes brutales de Pokémon EP. 1 inch. Venciendo Pokémon Rojo Fuego solo con el Pokémon initial. Descubriendo todos los fallos en los juegos Pokémon de la Gen 1 inch. Descubriendo la verdad sobre Lavender Town, la oscura conspiración de Pokémon. Clasificando todos los Pokémon legendarios. Please note that the translations have been adapted to sound conversational in Spanish while conveying the intended meaning and context. If you have any further questions or need additional translations, feel free to ask.
So, how did it do? How did it do? Was that okay? Did it come out fairly decent or no in terms of those titles? Yeah, for the English speakers, I know it's like not this. It looks all right, but there's some weird translation mistakes, but ones that I could fix myself nonetheless. Okay, great. So again, it's not perfect. I think that ChatGPT 4, the not free version, would probably get it a lot better, but I think this would probably be a lot closer than, let's say, Google Translate. But I think, again, I read rather than I used to be able to speak Spanish when I was younger, but I haven't spoken it since my grandmother passed. But like I, as a reader of Spanish, feel like this is very close and that you could tweak it just a little bit. It comes out better than the ones I've seen on YouTube search. Okay, nice. Most seemed good. A couple confusing. Okay, there you go. So again, close but no cigar, but the paid version will be better for something like this if you want to try it for even things like translating your titles or a caption or something like that. So here's so we're going to do one last one for the workshop here. We're going to do one last one, and it's going to be an education based one. And once again, we're going to start a new prompt thread all over again so that it doesn't get confused. So we're going to start a new chat. And once again, we're going to use the free version of ChatGPT this time instead of the paid version, which is number 4 plus. I have the paid version and I have plugins, but we're not going to use that. We're going to use the free version. We're going to use it this time for an education channel so that we can, make that. What I am going to do is, once again, I'm also going to give it another caveat. I'm going to tell it that additionally, I need it to help with the topic idea generation as well as the titles with its expertise. For those of you who don't know, what we've done is we've done what I call advanced prompt engineering. This is something I'm particularly good at because I'm actually a writer. I've wrote and self-published a book that sold thousands of copies. It's called Create Something Awesome. You can buy it in Amazon, and it helps you if you want to be a content creator. But we're using this to craft ideas for our content as well as titles, and we're trying to do it in a way that makes them easy to read, very clickable. So we're using a prompt engineering framework I call role, task, goal, and then what we do is we add context to it. And so I told it that its role is to be my creative director and to co-write with me and co-pilot and assist me, and that I need it to take into account the psychology of my audience and that I will give it context. I'll tell it the niche that our content is in. I'll tell it the format and style that we want to create in. I'll tell it what my audience avatar is like, including its demographics and psychology. I'll tell it the subject matter of my content, and I'll tell it the emotional response and sentiment we want the audience to feel. And it's going to use these things to help me generate ideas and titles for our YouTube videos. I also told it that I need not only its expertise in topic idea generation, but also in crafting good titles, and that we need them to be understood at 3rd to 5th grade reading level. We need them to be less than 67 characters so that they are not truncated by YouTube's interface. And so it's going to help me now. So whatever I tell it, it's going to help me do. We already did this for entertainment with Star Wars, education with a self-improvement channel, and then we just did it for entertainment and gaming with a Pokemon channel that also lets us do commentary and talk about the anime a little bit. Now we're going to do it for one more education channel. The first 2 we did, we used the paid version of ChatGPT 4 with plugins. And for these last 2 in our workshop, I'm going to show you with ChatGPT 3.5, the free version that no one has to pay for, so that you can see what the experience of that is like if you spend $0 with this, and how this is going to help you with understanding how to make better topics and better titles for your YouTube channel. Treat ChatGPT like it's a co-writer, co-author, instead of copying and pasting stuff. And we're just going to go in depth, and we're going to go back and forth with it, and we're going to workshop our titles and our content. So I need another suggestion for education channel that we can test this with. Since we just did an entertainment channel, we need another education topic. And so I want suggestions based on your channels as my viewing audience. So let's do that. Yeah, the Pokemon ones I think were really good. Yep. So someone says video editing. We could do that, but I almost feel like it's a cheat code because of how I've already done that content on my own channel. So video edit, it's a cheat code because I've already made that content. So yeah, it's a good idea. It's just, it's a cheat code. So I need something maybe less in my wheelhouse that one of you might be doing. Math, I think that's less interesting. Programming, education, that one, maybe. That one's a maybe. What else you got for suggestions for me? Hit me. I thought the self-improvement stuff was really good. I don't think education on AI prompt writing. I don't like that one as much. Astrology, numerology, spirituality. Not that one. Skating education, LOL. Gabe, that's you trying to get a free consult. But I know Gabe in real life. I'm just poking fun at him. Maybe the coding thing. Maybe the coding thing. I might play with that one. Ooh, ancient history. I like this one. Let's go with history. Let's go with history. I like this one. Okay. Ancient history. Let's effing go. I like this. It's a subject matter. History was my favorite subject, probably back in school, actually. Social studies and history were 2 of my favorite subjects. So this is great. Okay. For our niche, we are going to be a history channel that primarily focuses on ancient history, and will likely cover different cultures or time periods as a series, and maybe even dive into the folklore of these cultures.
Who is this?
Hey Siri, stop.
Okay.
Like, yeah, all these other AI tools not playing nice together. So yeah, we'll do ancient history. I like this one. So that's our niche. What's our style and format? Style and format for these videos. We're going to go with this will be a faceless YouTube channel that relies heavily on images and video clips and editing and possibly motion graphics, as well as narrative storytelling, and will largely be micro documentary in nature with videos that are typically 25 to 45 minutes in length. This would actually be a really good channel to make. Our audience avatar is a casual consumer of content, but likely between the ages of 20 to 55 and intellectually more curious than average. However, we want to be able to gain wide appeal and to reach people that we can make more curious about history as a whole with our interesting and compelling subjects. For a good example and reference of channels that are effective at reaching our audience avatar, the Infographics Show and Kurt's Gazette are, I think I did that right. Close enough. Are really strong examples of the style and approach we would be using. Subject matter. We would likely focus on great historical moments and figures in the ancient world. One idea for a series is the fall of an empire series, as well as a Conquerors and Kings series that talks about great and ambitious leaders. Also, we would like to cover historical folklore and how it affected the cultures and the accuracy of some of these tall tales, and maybe compare the real life figures to the mythology around them. What else would we want to do with this subject matter around the ancient world? We would also want to cover individual historic events such as decisive, I think I'm spelling this right, battles that shaped history in the ancient world. Emotional response of the viewer. Emotional response we want from the viewers is one of feeling more intellectually curious as a whole, but also to feel they were informed and entertained at the same time. We also want them, when viewing, to be deeply invested in the content, but also be allowed to relax while viewing it or listening in the background, almost as if enjoying a well-paced radio drama with a comforting voice. We also want people to enthusiastically click and share on this content and feel like they have to bring other people to it so they can have deeper conversations. We want our content to bring people together and make them more thoughtful. Does this context help? And can we work on this together? Thanks so much. Again, always pays to be polite. Let's stop the machine uprising by treating them with kindness. So this is what ChatGPT is going to give us.
Thank you for providing such detailed context. This information is indeed helpful, and we can certainly work together to generate ideas and craft titles that align with your goals and target audience. Based on the niche, format, audience avatar, subject matter, and emotional response you described, let's begin brainstorming some topic ideas and corresponding titles. Series idea: The Fall of an Empire. Title: The Fall of Rome, the Rise and Fall of an Ancient Superpower. Title: The Decline and Fall of the Egyptian Empire, Secrets Unveiled. Title: The Fall of Rome, the Rise and Fall of an Ancient Superpower. Title: The Decline and Fall of the Egyptian Empire.
I don't know why it's repeating these. So the way I'm going to do it is, I think if I highlight this, it won't repeat it. It'll just play it one time.
Great. Conquest and Legacy of a Visionary. Title: Hatshepsut, the Female Pharaoh Who Ruled with Power. Series idea: Legends and Lore. Title: Greek Mythology, Unraveling the Tales of Gods and Heroes. Title: Arthurian Legends, Fact versus Fiction in the Tales of King Arthur. Individual event: Decisive Battles of the Ancient World. Title: The Battle of Thermopylae, the Spartans' Last Stand Against the Persians. Title: The Battle of Gaugamela, Alexander's Triumph over the Persian Empire. Remember, these titles are crafted to be concise, engaging, and understandable at a 3rd to 5th grade reading level. They aim to pique curiosity, convey the subject matter, and entice viewers to click and share the content. Let me know your thoughts on these ideas, and we can further refine or explore other concepts together. Point 1/1. Regenerate response. ChatGPT may produce inaccurate information about people.
Yep, got it. Okay, so here's the thing that I like about these. I like that it gave me really good ideas, especially for my series. And I do like that. So I'm going to tell it what it did well. This is the other part about creative briefs and why this as a workshop also works not just for AI ChatGPT as an assistant, but this actually would help you in the etiquette of working with and collaborating with other people. So I need to always start with telling it what I think it did well, and then where I want to improve, and then I'm going to give it my revisions, and then I'm going to ask it what it thinks, and then we might be even able to take it further. So let's start with what it did well. The thing I really enjoy is that you came up with great overall concepts that can really help me shape my content strategy and build some great series. However, I do have some revisions and would like your thoughts and feedback on them. One, series idea fall of an empire. So title, the deserved rise and fall. Actually, I want to make my titles more intriguing. Use declarative statements and make them more aggressive and assertive. The deserved rise and fall. The deserved rise and fall of Rome. Title. Am I not spelling that right? Oh, yeah, I forgot the other O. Unlocking. Actually, I like this one, but unlocking the Egyptian Empire, the fall of the pharaohs. That's actually better. If I need it to be shorter, it can be the just be the fall of the pharaoh, the fall of the pharaohs, or the fall of the Egyptian pharaohs. Actually, we can rework this. Actually, we can go and we can the tragic fall of the Egyptian pharaohs. That's actually probably much, much better and still keeps it concise. Okay, and so then number 2, series idea, conquerors and kings. Alexander the Great. Conquest and legacy of a visionary. Okay, so let's go a different route. Alexander the Great. Legacy of the conqueror and king. Title, let's see, we have Hespes. I can't pronounce that. Hespes, but the female pharaoh who ruled with it's like with power. It's like this female pharaoh. This female pharaoh. All right, this female pharaoh ruled with respect. And then legacy of. We might be able to shorten that up later, so we can just redo that. I do like what it came up with for a history channel. For those of you in the chat, again, what do you think of what it came up with? And then what do you think of my revisions? What do you think of my revisions for this? Series, idea, legends, and lore. Again, I think this gives you guys just a little bit more into my writing process, but it also shows you to some degree, again, not the humble brag, but that I'm actually a decent writer. I'm good at crafting titles. Again, my subject matter when it comes to YouTube is just going to be a little bit dry, and it is what it is. And like, you know, there's a problem to some degree with clickbait or over promising or whatever. And, you know, like when it comes to YouTube and coaching and everything like that, my titles can only be so clever before it starts sounding like a little bit like a charlatan. So I can't make it that exciting. But if I was doing something outside of YouTube education, crafting exciting titles is actually something that when I work with my clients, this is why we're able to do it and do it a little bit better, because you have to actually, to some degree, I feel it would be very helpful for you to maybe take a creative writing class at a community college just to actually become a better writer, interact with more creative people, get feedback from a professor, and also learn some of the rules and techniques of writing. I think it's incredibly helpful. And it was one of my favorite experiences back when I was in college. So, I mean, again, just do it at a local community college, very affordable. Series idea, legend, lore, Greek mythology, unraveling the tales of gods and heroes. It's like, I don't love that title. I like this. The Greek gods deserved their downfall. Greek mythology. Title, not titles. I don't want to confuse it. So that one's stronger. Up there in legends, it's like, Let's see. The theory and legends. How can we unpack that with the theory and legends and everything like that? It's like, let's see. How can we with let's see. It's like, you ever hear the tragedy of Uther Pendragon? It's not a story that the Arthurian legends would tell you. Let's see. It's like, I have it. Uther Pendragon. The man behind King Arthur's myth. Uther Pendragon, the man behind King Arthur's myth. I think that might be good. So, individual event, decisive battles of the ancient world. Series. Title: The Battle of Thermopylae, Spartans' Last Stand Against the Persians. It's like, the Spartans' tragic last stand. And then that'll be the Battle of Thermopylae. Great radio drama if we did that one. The Battle of Alexander's Triumph over the Persian Empire. Alexander's most savage victory. The Persians' crushing defeat. There we go. That's strong. Okay. I feel that these titles create a greater sense of adventure, curiosity, and are overall stronger, and also build a sense of what to expect in our narrative style. What are your thoughts and feedback on my revisions to our concepts? Thanks. So again, just treat this like an employee that you're working with, a coworker, a collaborator, and treat it with thoughtfulness and respect. Again, this is going to help you in co-working, not just with AI tools, but with actual people when the time comes for it. So let's review. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this and then tell Speechify to read it.
I appreciate your revisions and the direction you want to take with the titles. Your new titles indeed add a sense of intrigue, assertiveness, and adventure to the concepts. Here's my feedback on your revised titles. Series idea: The Fall of an Empire. Title: The Deserved Rise and Fall of Rome, Fall of an Empire EP. 1-inch title: The Tragic Fall of the Egyptian Pharaohs, Fall of an Empire EP. 2-inch feedback: These titles effectively convey a stronger sense of the rise and fall of empires, and the use of deserved and tragic adds emotional appeal and curiosity. They provide a clear indication of what to expect from each episode. Series idea: Conquerors and Kings. Title: Alexander the Great, Legacy of the Conqueror and King. Title: This Female Pharaoh Ruled with Respect, The Legacy of Hatshepsut. Feedback: These revised titles maintain the assertive tone and highlight the legacies of the conquerors and kings. The use of legacy and ruled with respect adds depth and intrigue to the narratives, enticing viewers to explore further. Series idea: Legend and Lore. Title: The Greek Gods Deserve Their Downfall, Greek Mythology Explained. Title: Uther Pendragon, The Man Behind King Arthur's Myth. Feedback: These titles capture attention with their bold statements. The Greek Gods Deserve Their Downfall creates curiosity and sets up an intriguing exploration of Greek mythology. Uther Pendragon, The Man Behind King Arthur's Myth, sparks interest by focusing on an influential figure associated with the Arthurian legend. Individual event: Decisive Battles of the Ancient World. Title: The Spartans' Tragic Last Stand, The Battle of Thermopylae. Title: Alexander's Most Savage Victory, The Persian Crushing Defeat. Feedback: The revised titles for the individual events maintain a strong and assertive tone. Tragic Last Stand and Savage Victory evoke emotions and generate interest in the stories behind the battles. The use of crushing defeat emphasizes the impact and significance of the events. Overall, your revised titles successfully create a greater sense of adventure, curiosity, and anticipation for your narrative style. They effectively capture the attention of viewers and align with your desired emotional response. Well done. Let me know if there's anything else I can assist you with.
I do think that my revisions would have also been good if I had been using ChatGPT 4, that we would have gotten even closer to my titles. And I feel like we also would have gotten even better concepts. I do feel that you can get really good with the free tool, which is what I just used for the last two examples. But I showed you how in-depth the paid tool can be. And so I think that that's like really kind of key here, that either way, whether you're using the free or the paid version, this can be extraordinarily helpful to you and powerful. And the key here is that this was collaborative and we could take this even further. I'm going to remind you that we can take this further, because now I'm going to ask it, I'm going to tell it, we originally wanted to make sure these titles won't be truncated by YouTube. However, I do think the details are necessary. Do you have variations you could suggest that get the titles to about 65 characters in length? When dealing with the series, we can use playlists to avoid repeating the series name at the end of the title as well. Can you output the character lengths for my revised lengths for my revised titles, and also give shorter variations and display their character lengths as well? Thanks for all the help and hard work. Again, you treat your collaborators, whether they're humans or AI, with the appropriate amount of respect, and it creates good habits for you in your communication style. And when you are doing creative briefs, working with your freelancers, your employees, your staff, your remote team, you want to have a communication style where all of your requests are framed as thoughtfully as possible. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, let's have it read these back to us.
Certainly, I can provide you with variations of the titles at around 65 characters in length, as well as their respective character counts. Here are the revised titles along with their character lengths. Series idea, The Fall of an Empire. Title, The Deserved Rise and Fall of Rome, EP. 1 inch, character count, 49. Title, The Tragic Fall of the Egyptian Pharaohs, EP. 2 inch, character count, 53. Title, The Deserved Rise and Fall of Rome, EP. 1 inch,
doing
character
this whole
count.
repeating thing again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just highlight everything I want it to say and then use Speechify, and then it won't repeat too much. So
certainly, I can provide you with variations of the titles at around 65 characters in length, as well as their respective character counts. Here are the revised titles along with their character lengths. Series idea, The Fall of an Empire. Title, The Deserved Rise and Fall of Rome, EP. 1 inch, character count, 49. Title, The Tragic Fall of the Egyptian Pharaohs, EP. 2 inch, character count, 53. Series idea, Conquerors and Kings. Title, Alexander the Great, Legacy of Conqueror and King. Character count, 49. Title, Respectful Rule, The Legacy of Hatshepsut. Character count, 44. Series idea, Legend and Lore. Title, Greek Gods Deserved Downfall. Mythology Explained. Character count, 61. Title, Uther Pendragon, Man Behind King Arthur's Myth. Character count, 47. Individual event, Decisive Battles of the Ancient World. Title, Spartan's Tragic Last Stand. Battle of Thermopylae. Character count, 57. Title, Alexander's Savage Victory, Persian Crushing Defeat. Character count, 59. Please note that the character counts provided include spaces. These variations aim to maintain the essence and key information of the original titles while fitting within the desired character limits. Let me know if you have any preferences among these variations or if there's anything else I can assist you with.
We could probably get these slightly better and make them up to 65 characters, because it did too much work to kind of get them under 60. And I think we can get to 65 and that there's some conjoining words, but I still feel like the titles I had are stronger. I want to ask it, can you give me the character counts for the titles from my first revision of your suggestions? I'd like to see those. Also, when I have EP1 or something like that as a stand-in for episode 1, add an extra space to the end of that so that it doesn't read as in 1 inch when we are just abbreviating an episode number. I understand this will increase character count. Thanks. So again, we can use this collaboratively. We can refine this very well. Okay. So again, my original titles aren't that bad in terms of our truncation, which means that we can easily get the character limits down a bit with minor adjustments. So again, I would just manually readjust these when I need them to get to smaller, and I don't need ChatGPT entirely for that. And I could just show it what I came up with if it comes down to it. Huh, what's taking it so long? Huh. Does it need me to refresh to read this out loud? What does it need?
Certainly. Here are the character counts for the titles from your first revision of my suggestions, including an additional space.
All right. Let's do it this way.
Certainly. Here are the character counts for the titles from your first revision of my suggestions, including an additional space after the episode abbreviation. Series idea, The Fall of an Empire. Title, The Deserved Rise and Fall of Rome, Fall on an Empire. EP1, character count, 65. Title, The Tragic Fall of the Egyptian Pharaohs, Fall of an Empire. EP2, character count, 69. Series idea, Conquerors and Kings. Title, Alexander the Great, Legacy of the Conqueror and King, character count, 56. Title, This Female Pharaoh Ruled with Respect. The Legacy of Hatshepsut, character count, 72. Series idea, Legend and Lore. Title, The Greek Gods Deserved Their Downfall, Greek Mythology Explained, character count, 74. Title, Uther Pendragon, The Man Behind King Arthur's Myth, character count, 60. Individual event, Decisive Battles of the Ancient World. Title, The Spartans' Tragic Last Stand, The Battle of Thermopylae, character count, 67. Title, Alexander's Most Savage Victory, The Persian Crushing Defeat, character count, 68. Please note that the character counts include spaces. The addition of an extra space after the episode abbreviation is considered, which slightly increases the overall character count. Let me know if you have any further questions or if there's anything else I can assist you with.
So I think these were fine because they're as close to 70 as possible. I don't think YouTube truncates quite at 70, but in some parts of the interface it might. I could easily shape a few of these to get it down. So like primary example, instead of, I can use still this female pharaoh ruled with respect. And instead of the legacy of Hatshepsut, I could just put her name there, and that would give me a character count that gets me to about 65. The Alexander title is fine. For the first two, I can get under 60 by just taking out the Fall of the Empire episodes and just using that in the playlist. So that's an advantage. The Greek gods deserve their downfall. I could just eliminate Greek mythology explained, and that then puts it under 60 easily. Uther Pendragon is already under 60. The Spartans' Tragic Last Stand, the Battle of Thermopylae. I think that one is fine. I could just eliminate the in Battle of Thermopylae and get it down to under 65, which is perfectly fine. Alexander's Most Savage Victory. I would probably reword this to say the Alexander's Most Savage Victory, the crushing Persian defeat. I would just reorder that, and I think it could live at 68 characters. But if I wanted to get under 65, I just change it to Persia's crushing defeat, and then as Persia's crushing defeat, I get it to about 60 probably with that, if not 63, 64. So I don't think it truncates. And the thing is, instead of his most savage victory, I could just say Alexander's savage victory, and that would definitely get me under 60 if I wanted to go there. But I think most savage victory is just a better, stronger title. So I can deal to some degree with the truncation because the most important part is strong and it's in there. So again, I think that this is a good collaborator. Like I said, I think that the way to use ChatGPT is to use it as a collaboration tool and as a co-pilot. And I think that this just is going to be better for a lot of you who are struggling with titles. We didn't use Unleash Your Creativity with this, though, with ChatGPT. So maybe it's just you. You like the shortened ones a lot, along with a good thumbnail, but not all of them. Food to feed your robot overlords. Indeed. Let's see. These are so great. Thank you. Free ChatGPT is good too. I used it briefly, but got discouraged with the results as I didn't provide enough info, hence stop using it. But I'll revisit it with this and see if I can get better results. Absolutely, I think you can get better results. Yeah, it's because they read like book chapters. Exactly. I think that's good. You don't think that these are punchy enough? I think for a history channel they are. I think for a history channel they would be punching enough. Haley's Ledger and Lay says, "Hey Roberto, it's great seeing you like create in real time." Oh yeah, I spelled that wrong. It's Kurt's Gazette, but that's okay. I didn't realize we could write an entire backstory. Absolutely, yeah. This sounds like a great channel. Who's going to make it? Yeah, bingo. Let's go, Faceless Channel. History is one of those things you learn to appreciate as you get older. Yep, cool, Faceless Channel. Yep, that'd be the route. That'd be the way I do it. Sick topic, actually. Yep, ancient history for the win. I'm using free ChatGPT right now using these techniques, and so far I'm not feeling the need for paid. It's crazy useful as it is. Oh, paid will get you even further, my friend. And paid can do some really good stuff. Like some of those chat comments were for the stuff before you finalized everything. They're great now. Okay, great. So now they're like good to go. These are like, right. Because again, my revisions are going to be better than what ChatGPT comes up with. ChatGPT is going to be like, okay, but it's supposed to get you 50% of the way, 80% of the way. Then I can do my revisions. Then it can come in and it can help me shorten it up, make them punchier, do some things. We can go back and forth. It's really good for collaboration. That's how I use it. Crazy and a bit scary, ChatGPT. Yeah, a little bit scary, a little bit. So again, I think this is like really powerful. Yoga Bliss Dance says, "I'm doing this with my top videos, and before I could ask, I simply told it my top 10 and it read the titles as ideas. Then ChatGPT apologized when I thanked it, but said, wow, I didn't even ask." Yeah, I try to, again, treat it, just set the good habit of treating it like a person, and then it'll be more thoughtful. I think your revisions are good. I think the combination of ChatGPT and your collaborative work and author skills are helping the AI to provide useful results. I'll have to practice it first. Absolutely. And again, I just think this can help you become a better writer. So like it really is like something that I think can improve so much from the idea of using it collaboratively instead of trying to use it as a replacement tool. I think too many of you are trying to use it to replace and be a shortcut when it's actually, I'm not using it as a shortcut. We worked just now for 3.5 hours on 4 different YouTube channel types, 2 education, 2 entertainment, 2 being on-camera channels, and 2 being faceless channels. Gave it really thoughtful information where we thought deeply, really deeply about who we want to serve as an audience, what our style of content is going to be, what the emotional impact for our viewer is and what the experience they're going to have is. And that was something that I think was really important for us to develop and craft. And so we were literally able to work on this. And in the last 3 hours or so, we've gotten like great ideas for videos and series on channel, built the beginnings and the foundation of what could be a strong content strategy for these 4 different types of YouTube channels. We did an ancient history channel. We did a Pokemon nostalgia based channel. We did a self-improvement channel to help with personal development for people in their 30s and 40s who feel left behind in life as late bloomers. We did a Star Wars channel for fans disappointed with the sequels and don't hate all of Disney Star Wars, that love Rebels, love the Old Republic games, love Ahsoka, love The Mandalorian and The Bad Batch and the Clone Wars so much, but also the original trilogy. So we were able to really do some great stuff in that niche as well. And so we had these 4 completely unique and different channels. We were able to use this tool to effectively build individual great video titles and concepts, but also the foundation of series that we could build this channel around. And we could easily use this to get some great title formulas going, build out a playlist series, and we could easily, in my opinion, come up with 50 to 100 great videos that let us put out 2 pieces of content a week or 1 great piece of content a week and do 50 to 100 videos in a year, build a foundational content strategy. And content strategy is one of the main things that I work on and workshop with our members in the Awesome Creator Academy Pro group. So if you want to be a member, there's a link in the description down below that will tell you all about it. You'll also get access to all of the digital products I've ever made, including over 100 thumbnail templates, the brand deal starter kit, all of that if you become a pro member and join the monthly membership for awesomecreatoracademy.com. Again, that'll be linked in the description, so make sure you're checking that out. Let's see. Yoga Bliss said, yeah, Roberto, my comment earlier was before that ChatGPT understood. I thought it jumped the gun and apologized. It's more aware than some humans. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Hash Ali says, I missed the whole tutorial, but I use ChatGPT all the time for my content, from ideas to scripting. It's a great assistant for brainstorming and getting things started. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, you can rewatch. Absolutely. Agreed on better input you give it AI, the better the output for sure. Some folks are using it in a dumb, almost all-knowing way rather than partnering with it. Agreed. Hash Ali says, one thing I've learned from using it for scripting is once it's got something written, paste it in Notion or whatever, and then speak it out loud to find what it sounds like, then improve it. We also use it here with Speechify, but with Notion, you wouldn't have to pay to get it to read it back. So I use Speechify because that's my audio productivity hack anyway. But yeah. So again, I think that these came out really good in terms of the titles and what it was able to convey and express, but only when combined with what, I was able to craft and do in the revision process for it. And I think that made all of the difference in the world. And I think that got us to a really good place with this. So again, I want to know before we sign off today, is I want to know what all of you think, especially those of you who've been in the workshop with me. What do you think about the way in which I was able to use both the paid and free version of ChatGPT to help with topic ideation, and then also with crafting individual video titles, and also using it to help us develop video series? What do you think about those aspects of it and about the detail that I went into to work with it? And what do you think of a workshop like this? And what other workshops would you like us to do? Because I'm thinking of doing workshops like this 1 to 2 times a week. This one was about titles. We can do it around other things. I can do another thumbnail workshop. I know a lot of you enjoyed that. And like I said, if you become an Awesome Creator Academy member, you get access to all the thumbnails in the YouTube starter kit. We're going to be updating even more of those. There's over 100 of them there. We've got channel artwork banners. We got all that stuff. You could also just buy the YouTube starter kit, keep it forever, and get access to all the updates we get. Our paying pro group members are what justify us upgrading all of our products after you buy them indefinitely. So That's just something to keep in mind. Link in the description. But I think that you can use this in almost any niche and it'll be good. Is ChatGPT for all niche or some niche? It's how you use it. And if you use it the way that I just taught you, then it can be good in any niche. If you use it the way I taught to you, where you give it all the context you need on who your audience avatar is, what your subject matter is, what your style and format of your video is, and then also the niche that you're in, and you give it context on what that looks like. And you tell it what the desired emotional response is that you want to get out of your audience. That is what will allow you to use ChatGPT in any niche effectively. But you have to utilize the framework. Now, again, in my creator prompts, my AI creator prompts product, $9.99, linked in the description below. Yes, that is a plug for me. The thing about it is I've already done the work for you, and you get 200 prompts, and you also get this advanced title generating prompt, and you get a really good topic generating prompt. And we're going to add new ones as I develop them. But we have 200 prompts for productivity already for ChatGPT, not to mention 30 really strong advanced prompts for Mid-Journey to help you with things that could be served for thumbnail generation. It's not going to do all of the thumbnail work for you, but it's going to help you generate thumbnail assets in Mid-Journey. And so at some point, I might do a workshop around that. That will not be the next workshop we do, will not be Mid-Journey specifically. We might squeeze it into a Photoshop workshop that I could do with you around thumbnails this week or next week. But I feel like this was a really good topic. And I think all of you now understand why I can legitimately say most people are using ChatGPT wrong. And again, I'm not trying to present myself as the ultimate ChatGPT or AI guru, but I am showing you in the context of YouTube content creation, ideation, title generation, that I have a method that I use that will be much more effective than what you've been doing up until now. There's only so many times I can say something is amazing. Nice. SMA Sky says, I'll have to rewatch, but I've used it to give me 10 titles. Don't always like the specific title, but usually combine them into one I do like. Same with descriptions. Yeah, if you go through this tutorial, you might be able to get better results for sure. Started channel in January, almost 5K subs, hit monetization last month. Thanks for your online mentorship, Roberto. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, Hash Ali, we could probably get you up to speed with some better thumbnails. Our good friends over at StreamYard, thank you so much for tuning into the stream. In fact, StreamYard is how we're able to be on Facebook, LinkedIn Live, YouTube, and Twitter all at the same time. You guys should absolutely get StreamYard. It's linked in the description down below. It's what I've been using as my live stream tool. It's also what lets your wonderful chat questions show up here on the screen easily, lets me do screen sharing easily. StreamYard is one of the best tools you could possibly have as a content creator in your arsenal. And I also want to thank them for being super supportive of me. They've been a channel sponsor for nearly 2 years now, and they dramatically have changed the quality of the content, the quality of life. They've improved these live streams, and I'm so grateful to be partnered with them. So thank you to our friends at StreamYard. Human says, thank you, Roberto. I appreciate this. I have a bit more insight, and this was an eye-opener. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. I love hearing that from you. And again, I just genuinely, truly hope that this was helpful. And I really hope that this changed a lot of your mind on how to utilize ChatGPT properly. I didn't think it really applied to what I do on my channel, but I came to watch you because it's you. I never considered even using it before this workshop. Well, Haley, Ledger and Lace, I hope that this does help you and that you do try to apply this, because I do think that even the free version of ChatGPT, that this could be useful in almost anything you want to do. And the way that I approached it, and this is just on generating idea topics and titles, we can use this to help us craft playlists and series. We can use this to help with SEO strategy. We can use this to help with the hooks for the first 8 seconds of our intro for our videos. We can use this to refine some of our talking points to make them a little bit more punchy. We can use this to help script the ad reads for our sponsored content. We can use this very dynamically. Andrew Can, friend of the channel, also says, if you hit the limits of the free version of ChatGPT, there are lots of alternatives that are built off of ChatGPT. So there you go. Yep. StreamYard says, thank you, Roberto. Love working with you too. Absolutely. Can't wait to see you guys at Vid Summit in October. So yeah, I think that we covered a lot of ground with this. I think that this is extremely powerful. I'll be adding timestamps to the description of this for anybody who is going to watch the replay of this. I'll probably try to get the timestamps for a lot of the core parts of this for our examples. I'll try to get to that tonight before I turn in here. I'm probably going to have to stay up for another 2 or 3 hours because I have to actually eat again. And I don't want to sleep with food on me like that, like food on my belly like that. So I'm going to have to do that. I might do also a quick workout before I go to bed. But thank you, everybody, for showing up for the stream. Like I said, the main thing and the last thing I kind of want to plug even just a little bit is I definitely would invite you to consider joining us in the Awesome Creator Academy Pro Group. We do help people who are full-time content creators or who would like to be full-time content creators. It's a monthly subscription, cancel anytime. But while you're a member, you get Academy All Access. You get access to all of our digital products. They're not even all listed here. You get hundreds of digital assets and templates. And we meet twice a week. Me and Andy Rivera, she's amazing. You'll love her. We meet twice a week for office hour sessions. We answer any and all of your questions. We spend an hour to an hour and a half together 2 times a week. That's worth the cost of admission. It's currently $59 a month. If you join, get hundreds of digital resources. You get exclusive training. You get Academy All Access to all digital products, as well as the private group. You also get discounts on coaching with me if that's something you want to do. Or if you don't want to join the pro group, you can just do one-on-one coaching with me. That is more expensive, I think. But the pro group is great. We have a lot of great people in there. We got people there everywhere from like people who are monetized, people with 10,000 subscribers. We have a couple of creators with over 100,000 subscribers. We have some with over 500,000 subscribers besides me. And so we have a lot to offer. And I just want you to be aware it exists. So that's at awesomecreatoracademy.com. You can learn all about it at the website. And you can also ask me questions about this in Twitter. But I think we cover what you need to know on the Academy's website page. Link is in the description if you want to join the pro group and be a part of it there. And I just feel like being part of a community can really help you. And you don't just get the benefit of my expertise. You get the expertise of our members. You get some support where you need it. You can ask questions every day in the Facebook group. You can meet twice a week for the office hours and ask me whatever it is you want. I can help you with direct questions on your brand deals that you don't want to ask me publicly in Twitter. I know a lot of you ask me questions in Twitter. Some of you have private questions that you don't want out there. It's a lot easier for me to answer them if you come on a live stream in person in the office hours, face-to-face in StreamYard, because I know a lot of you don't want to answer it you don't want me to answer it in public on Twitter. But instead of trying to pick my brain, it's better to just ask me in person. And that's what office hours lets you do. So I want you to know that you have that option and that thing exists and is out there. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Thank you to all of our wonderful, wonderful super chatters. Again, Awesome Creator Academy is $59 a month right now. In October, new members might have to pay more, but we'll grandfather anyone in at their current price. Awesome Creator Academy is $59 monthly subscription. You get access to all the digital products and all the updates. We also do the 2 office hours a week, or you can pay $4.99 for the year and commit to a whole year with us. Again, a lot of people, they like to try it and say, okay, let me see what this is like for a month. Let me see if I can make time for the office hours, things like that. So $59 a month. Now, if you just want to use the ChatGPT creator prompts, that is literally a $9.99 product. And if you want to try that just to see what a paid experience with me is like, that's a good place to start. And it's just $10. And you get 200 ChatGPT creator prompts. We started with 100. It's 200 now. And we've included 30, 40 mid-journey prompts, and we have other stuff coming. So the AI Creator Prompts product is a good way to just kind of get your feet wet. If the Academy is something that you don't want to risk the $59 on right away, you can just start with Creator Prompts and see how you like a paid experience. So there you go. But thank you, everybody. That's where we're going to end it for this evening. And we're going to close out with my trailer for my book, Create Something Awesome, How Creators Are Profiting from Their Passion in the Creator Economy. Get on Amazon. So we're going to close with the book trailer and call it a night. Stay awesome. I will catch you in the social medias. I finally did it. I finished my book, Create Something Awesome, How Content Creators Are Profiting from Their Passion in the Creator Economy. The book is available now in paperback and in Kindle, where you can read it on any e-reader or device. And I'm really excited about this. The audiobook is coming soon, probably October 2022. Oh my God, it's so great to be able to have this book done, put it up on the bookshelf, and to know that all of you who appreciate it, you want to hear what I have to say about the creator economy, becoming a full-time content creator, and what the experience and lifestyle of being a content creator actually is like. This is the book. I put 20 chapters in here of the most important things I think that content creators could be focusing on today. I talk about the mental health aspect of being a content creator, getting discouraged, imposter syndrome, not charging what you're worth, and mostly actionable advice around monetizing your content properly, but also how to build an audience on your authenticity and what it's really like to start from zero, even today. So if you're interested, make sure you're checking out the book. You can order it on Amazon. You also probably order it in a lot of other places like Barnes & Noble, and it will be coming to other bookstores soon. Really excited about it. Thank you for all the support and love around the book and the positive reviews. Now go ahead and pick it up and make sure you go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.